Wonderful people, thank you so much for being with me in this channel. So these messages coming out are there to empower you, to assist you to find your purpose, your goal, and to give you a new vision on how to delete those things that stand in a way to achieve what you came in to do, termed your assignment actually, and where you find your passion, your purpose, and all these things on the same platform. So these messages will come out once a month around the middle of the month to assist your growth back in your source connection and eliminate anything that stands in the way. So the former messages were about 2022, 2024. So there's a whole playlist about that if you haven't seen that. And so each month after that, like this month is about your purpose, your assignment. Next month we will address another issue and come out with those messages. Apart from that, I just do videos to support you, to align you, to get you back, to address many mental, physical, psychological diseases or things that stand in the way from the old deceit and betrayal platform on the earth, and helps you to rise above them. So I'm not like most streaming to the astrological chart, as we are moving into astronomy. And astronomy, or being one with the entire cosmological soup, requires us to move out of the old astrological belt, and thus that is where my messages are for. So thank you so much for being with me. I spend about 20 minutes for each sign, and hopefully they will be of value and assist you on your journey. So feel free to comment, like, share, and especially subscribe so my video gets into the circulation ship. And that is our connection, or like relationship, circulation ship. And that means everything that needs to ship out or go from your platform could be addressed during this session. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Beautiful Capricorns, what I have for you, knowing you are self-responsible, you are hardworking, you are so disciplined, you have so much knowledge, and yet at times the magic doesn't come true, right? And maybe you may be overworked and need to discipline more in where you have the automatic wave coming through where everything manifests. So here we will be looking at what would be beneficial to truly step into your word, and to step actually into your assignments, meaning the reason why you came on the planet, and really start to manifest that, because you guys, you had the hardest time on the planet. Whatever you may do, there would be some sort of force. You're cutting it down, lifting up, cutting it down. So we are truly moving out of that cycle, and everything should be moving very, very smoothly now for every Capricorn. And thus moving from the old zodiac sign into the unlimited self, and opening up new portal points would be beneficial for you. So I'm gonna pull a card here. I love it. It's from my own I Am card. So I am creating the new tree of life, the new Kabbalah, and I have that book out there, and I created cards from my art cards. And that is something that could really, really guide you all the way through, as my messages are truly, undefined, unlimited, and timeless. So let's see what I can pull through for you. And, I hope you will benefit from it, because that's the reason why. That is really what you guys need. I am the Phoenix Rising, the Lion's Gate. So you truly need to rise out of that old mud, keeping on working like, like a crazy horse. And that is maybe the hardest lesson for Capricorns, to stop at times, to take a pause, to rebalance and review what you already manifested. And so it may be a period in time for you guys, as this is timeless, to take a look at how you're gonna rise and what you're gonna leave behind. And at times that is so hard, just because of that solo reason that you put in so much hard work into everything. This card is connected to the number 5. It's a pentagram. You see the male-female vibrations coming together to a new portal point, a new open door for you in this life. And it's about time, as here we see the old arrows falling back. You know, you are done with the arrows, you are done with the dark ages. You need to move into the phoenix rising and having the knowledge about how to do that. So it's truly magnificent. So it also points to your balance, the male female hand of balance, moving through the new sun stream, the new great central sun, as everything in the universe is rearranging itself. And that means rearranging our anatomic or biological organism back into a space where it can fuse with the new organic composition of the universe. So that is huge to understand, right? So I have a few videos there out there about parallel realities and the new tree of life, how to build that and truly move into your authentic shoes. As a free webinar, because these messages is something that is part of my passion. But my true work on YouTube is to guide you through it and to give you new opportunities. And there's not only these messages, and certainly not the old astrological signs. That is not something I will move through, because that is part of the old. And so astronomy is what I do, and move you through all the galaxies, because remaining in the old astrological chart is what will not work in the future anymore. So I'm one with the Lion's Gate keys. That is truly your key to move through. The Lion's Gate is the house of light, is Shambhala, is your light environment in which all the atrocities, all that trauma, everything you experience in this lifetime up till now will not exist anymore when doing the work and having the knowledge. So again, I have like 20 videos out now. It started out in December, all about this new age, and there's loads of information should you wish to look up the visions for 2022-2024. So this card is connected to the element Earth, and its overall pink ray has a deep architecture. When viewing the gates, it has to witness and process its desired applications before transference into the domains of heavenly charges. You want to go to heaven, right? And it's about time for you guys. So the phoenix at the bottom left, if you look at the phoenix, then operates through the lavender, black and orange rays of creation. So I would definitely suggest here to work in meditation with these 3 rays and realms of light, and that is very transformative. And so this is because of the lavender and the white beams of light in the left upper corner that defeated transitions from the electromagnetic systems or tails that drowned humanity essentially. So it's a very beautiful message for you guys. So the merging with the male-female hands and rising with your particular sun stream actually, and with the position of the moon, can leave the imagination to drink liquids beyond what actually resides on the earth. So I have a feel you have a great connection with the elements and want to purify it more and more, like that. You know inside out that that would make you feel a lot better. So it may be termed science, physics or astronomical exactitude. Yet today you may think as the cream dressing that feels right in every circumstance, like the cream that fills a cookie. That is exactly what you guys need. And if we merge that with other positions, you may come out right. So that is your first goal, and then I will connect to a second goal from these cards and see what I get here. And that is really, I am, that is really, I'm light connections. I am universal networks. The universe belongs to you guys. If you listen to my 2024 predictions, there's a video playlist with those predictions for every sign. Then you will see that there is everything for you is connected to the entire network in the universe, but in renewal mode, the new tree of life, because you are the mountaintop. You have knowledge of the entire zodiac signs. You can imagine what it is to be a Pisces or a Jupiterian vibe, um, or an Aquarian, because you can incorporate all of these. And so this card is number 31, coming up or making up 4, and 4 is your lightning bolt into your new life. If anything is stuck, then that is really the message here, getting out of that. And that is connected, of course, to the water flow, the element water, clearing your waters, clearing that old way of continuously working hard, getting the details down and not being appreciated, respected, and valued by the outside world. So you cut that cord with this message. So the power of water cannot be underestimated, for it has the power to reconnect and interlink you to many power plants on the earth to understand personal growth and self-realization on a higher level. So that is also the message, clearing your water, and so you can rise into the new halls of light, and clearing the old ways of doing business or of working that hard all of the time, finding value in balance and stillness. So being one with the oceans can reveal loads of information that is needed for humanity at this time. But with this card, however, it is important to truly reflect on your own creative links under the water, under the skin, and with ancient technology and wisdom that may be revealed to you as your individual journey is truly on a high level connected to water. You are an earth sign, and earth signs need to connect to what the water brings through, as 90% of the body is water, and there is where you want to change. So if you want to do that with a meditation, I have a meditation about clearing the waters in your body. I also do individual sessions to get you back into the point of balance and release the old things and give you techniques how to move faster. So the universal network is all about, it's your time actually to fuse, to synchronize the neurons in the brain and synchronize with other people on the planet, other business people, other friendships, all, the old connections that need to be debunked once and for all. You need to move out of that, because that's a huge message here. And there's also meditation, extremely powerful to release any old connection should you want to do that. And that you can apply that meditation throughout many years, because it's very potent and timeless. So you get the right inspiration and aspirations through connected to your spirit self. And so I will pull a card here, another one, with just a message that is very potent from this card deck, and that is truly to the point. You guys need to dream wild, and I guess you guys have the most difficult time in dreaming, because dreaming is not your thing. You're so earth-based, and so the water flow is all about dreaming. You know, Pisces and Scorpios and Cancers, they are all dreaming big, and when you clear the waters, your dream space can open up, and you can demand or request the universe to give you a revealing dream. So what needs to be repaired to get into your assignment on the earth is start dreaming on a bigger level and take that up the higher level of ascension. So, and then I will pull a card from the animal deck. Animals are so to the point to assist you to reach out and to bring a lot more content to what you already have established and see reconnected to the Huron. That is not Capricorn's thing. It's connected to patience. You guys and patience. And that is, you need truly to create a place in nature, stillness, to, you know, to allow the renewal in. You have been, you know, hurt so much with so many people and circumstances. So you are the first of the zodiac signs that needs the most of reflection, stillness, and time with yourself. So take that time alone to find your point of balance, align to the point of balance. So I would suggest to work a lot with the gold rays in meditation and be self-confident towards your purpose. So being self-confident towards your purpose also means you need to investigate what no longer works and what works. And there's maybe a few things you may eliminate or refine, make it better, as if you didn't work enough, right? So patience will bring you a huge reward, and that huge reward that will come true when you decide actually to change the old ways. So Heron is also a symbol of stillness, patience, deep meditation, and so they, even though they are social creatures, they can still be found in isolated locations worldwide. So that is the meaning of it. Come back that they are closely connected to water. There we go again. Water element that motivates us to flow around with the energy surrounding us. So we need to cooperate and with the grace of these creatures, and working with them, allowing them, inviting them in your meditation maybe really may reveal magnificent insight, inspiration, and aspirations. So one of the messages they bring is that we truly need to be independent, either to solitary or to social. However, the lesson he offers relate to working cooperation actually with your partner when preparing for a family or business or anything else. So like most of Capricorns maybe love being alone, so still others speaking more broadly about the balance and solitude versus coming out in society at large. So it's very important to bring that balance through as well. And so it's really a calling of deep thinking about the work that you do, about your life, and you may find that this effort not only grows but increases wisdom. And if you gain that wisdom, it will become an instinct. And so they may challenge some of your perspectives on habits. So make a short review on your habits. And you do know, Capricorns, what needs to leave the equation. You are very clever there. So think about that, as they often make more friends. So like usually people born with, or if you get that Heron in your environment, you don't like others interfering with your personal matters, right? And they circle around, and usually just one family member or friend at the most is included. So these individuals may appear to be social during events, and still after an outing they repeat in solitude for some time before showing themselves again, if ever. That's typical you. So you could greatly bond with the Heron. It's really the spirit of independence that will show you what needs to go, what needs to be refined, and you know, how they will assist you in the capability to fly high in the sky and give it an energetic vibe that fully supports your efforts to liberate yourself from any constraints from the past, as well as becoming self-sufficient. So Herons help you become confident in skills and talents, and while you may ignite a desire for exploration in truly exploring that deep level of freedom you guys have been working for. So take that in the back head of your brains, work with a balance, eliminate, come back, get your inspiration, aspiration, come to the point with your business and take that new direction on, is my message. So I truly hope you loved it, you liked it, and I hope that this message was of value. If it was so, thank you for subscribing, liking my channel, and clicking the bell so you get notified as I load a lot of videos, so at least 3 to 4 a week, with many subjects coming around. And so these messages will come around once a month. So truly enjoy. Thank you for being with me. Beautiful Pisces, let's get on and let's see what your assignments are about, what your great traits are. Like, you know, the most beautiful thing is Pisces always combine their true self with their huge dream, the calmness, the stillness, and yet having that high level intuition I love so much. Yet not everybody may agree upon that. So let's see what Spirit has in store for you, you know, to better refine your assignments, what you came in to do, what you need to pay attention to in this world to move on. Like everything is changing so fast. So I pull a card from the I Am Present card, and let's see what I have. So the first thing here, that is beautiful. How you guys are gonna fly high. Like what I can see is really doubling up on your intuition, on your knowledge in incoming times. Like you have a lot of Jupiterian energies, that expansion in your intuitive capability and bringing that forward in a peaceful way. That is truly the interplanetary fusion with the new solar system, this new world that is coming through. You see the powers of Mars fusing with Mercury, so the complete transformation that is coming through, and seeing things from a different platform, a new vision. So it's connected to the number 41. 41 is 5, is a pentagram of pleasure. If we take part of that, and other than that, it is essentially connected to the element water. You guys are all water, right? But reconnecting to the water on different levels is very, very important. So fusion with the moons and the sun in the solar system is what you are perfect at when dreaming it through. It's needed to shine your new sun through and gain new partners wherever your connections may reside. So when even the connection to this earth has been lost, we can connect and remember our connection to all the other stars out there in the solar system. So the black universe, which we have on this card, uh, offers all means, opportunities, skills, challenges, knowledge, and technology to connect to everything in the cosmos, because it is our true natural state of being and getting back into there. So it's important, you know, to get more out of your authentic life forces. If we look at that card, and I hope there's not a lot of light. You know, the design shows how important it is to train eternal life forces and sources back in the body and move everything light in the philosophical wombs of the divine, minus any negative interruption. So, you know, living on the planet today requires the knowledge of the entire project and its people, the return into light and fusing with your male-female parts that is directed. And so I feel you're going to flow a lot more in harmony with the elements of the body, refining your body, refining your diet, knowing that you need more nutrients. That is what it comes down to. And the mineral kingdom, so the animals may assist you, and divine spirit. So it means also that you get a better connection with your female and male components, and you know, to get back in the detail with your spiritual body, because your spiritual body is going to be very, very potent from now on, and connecting that with your high intuition, then you should or could become a bomb of information and true knowledge. So don't get anyone get you down on that road, because if you connect that with, like, if you are born on the blue way, connecting that with your spiritual embodiment, which is lavender, and then Jupiterian energies, dark purple, then you become highly spiritual. So that is a very potent card, and so you can bring renewal in your spiritual body from now on, all the way into the ethers, and connecting in detail with much different efforts. And so the important factor of bringing everything together is still the water flow in the body, connected to the water flow of the earth. So that's a very important message here. So the card is actually requesting you to bring your connections or new connections back in the flow, a new flow, a movement, a new way of communicating with people, as this age truly demands it. We're doing too much on a digital way, right? Due to restrictions. So it doesn't matter where you are in creation, but the true message here is tap and let your intuitive qualities blow and flow, and do not care about what anyone says, but keep your point of balance, like keep true to your truth. And at times, as you may move in to these dreamy patterns, it may appear that you know, you're still attached to the old belief systems that need to go, because if you want to tap in the higher aspirations, back in your authenticity, with your spark, with the new tree of life, then that is truly imperatives. Like I'm teaching the new tree of life, moving all through all the universes. So that is your first goal, like seeing through what doesn't, what actually falseness, the falseness on the earth plane, and seeing truth through. And so your second goal, let's pull a card for your second goal. So you have two measures to flow upon, so to speak. That is wonderful. I am mental strength. the dragon's spine. I love that card. Number 10. Number 10 is actually completion, meaning when you arrive here at my channel, you have the capability to move everything you move through into pure completion. That is what it is about. And that strength with the dragon's spine, you see the spinal column of the dragon moves you there. So let's see what that is connected to. So number 10, remember you have the capabilities with these energies, that higher level of intuition and Jupiter moving through your sign, very, very potent actually, is don't let anybody get you down. Hold on, get that illusion out of you, and reconnect to a higher level with the earth. So the flow of water, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes are all connected to the earth. So your message here is to reconnect, because if you feel, not so much in your strength, and there's that, this card or the spine represents your strength, your capacity to rise beyond any mental, emotional, and eventually physical abuse or self-abuse. So if you need to delete, refine, eliminate traumatic circumstances, it is really the time to do so. And I have a lot of meditational release MP4s are there, and or MP3s you can pertain of, should you wish that. I also do individual sessions. So the erection, this resurrection of your spine, your spinal column, is what makes the phoenix rising from the ashes of destruction. So you may have some patterns that are self-destructive, but with the white, orange, and black waves here, these and gold eventually are the primary colors that bring together your omnipotent capabilities. So the white purification is your highest health actually, as streaming with the orange creator ray and unlimited electrical power to rise beyond your old creation with the gold alchemical sides of self, bringing through new connections. So I feel you may be tired of the old, or do not have enough fulfillment up there. So it's about time, to do some self-investigation, research what you would like to add in your life to find your passion back, and to bring some fulfillment in some hobby or some extra job, or get some education in something you like. So the spine is also the backbone, and you will never know what you can find within when all the old obstructions and stuck patterns in your energy fields and wheels have been released. So that is actually about your authentic power rising with the power of the word that needs its feedback on the ground floor. So the rising of earth into light earth needs that capacity of great communicators, which is you. You're a great communicator. So get your word out. Find maybe something you love. Get on YouTube and talk about, anything that is so connected to intuition, your higher capability to channel your own information with all the energies being out there. So you could easily achieve that when loading, cooperating, and incorporating the lavender fields of tremendous delights. For it sets you free from the old highways rather than excuses. So if you have still some excuses, it's the time to get out of that, because you have everything on a golden platter regarding getting your own information. Move it on. Choose something more fulfilling in your life. And because it is all about pure logic and taking the higher road into self-responsibility. So I hope this helped. So I'm gonna pull another card, that is going to be of assistance. That is just spiritual cards as a message. And these are the spiritual cards. So let's see. So I'll pull one and embrace truth. So if you have still patterns of illusion and you actually know it, you have that the higher intuition, like, I know these are patterns I really need to let go. So release them, delete them with any technique you have. If it's fear or anything, to move into the new dream pathway, then delete fear. There's um, a free meditation I give out at this time period to release your fear, and then finally move into the higher light realms with the divine. The higher light realms will assist you to move also out the illusion. And then I will give you one last message, that is your spiritual guide in the animal kingdom for this session. So let's pull a card there and shuffle them a bit, and then I just, I go very quickly. So I have here, damn, how beautiful. You see that? The sea turtle, that is your divine protection. So it essentially says you are a master of finding your life's flow. So see to it that your life's flow, the water in the body, is not obstructed and full of mud. Clear your waters out. And so you get back in harmony with the rhythm of your path, because your entire path is going to unfold more passionate driveways actually, and preserve, and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and to be happy. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? So do remember that sea turtle is so much connected to everything that is water. So it's also connected to the symbol of earth, rampant fertility, support, safety. So you Pisces, you love your home as a strong place, and maybe sometimes a turtle will slide in when some negative emotions threaten you, or so you need to get out of, the old angers or envy or behaviors you do know. You want to let go of them this time around. And so the turtle animal will help you to progress slowly through the world, observing it, because it passes, allowing slow and steady work to propel your purpose forward. So even putting your eggs with, your project, so to speak, within the sand speaks to the current that you can open them up safely and mature within them. So as the turtle always, travels very close to the earth, it's about being attentive to the tides of energy that swirl around you. And so you start to understand your strength, your guidance, and swim slowly towards your new goals and merge them with your present day, um, let's say, passions. And so you will see that a new meaning comes to life because of the straightforward ways within which the tortoise or the turtle acts upon. So it's inspired story. You can come up with inspiring stories truly, and it's always very interesting to get into that wise appearance in this advanced age. And people love stories, so I think you refine your channel, you get that higher level of intuition through right now. And so all you need is at times be a little bit patient. You have the knowledge, you are very wise, stable, and orderly. So here is the simple trade of action. is actually that you can move with many cultures, with all of the earth, because the shell of the turtle will want to predict a long run or something new that brings the magic within in the outer world. So think about something you would love to recreate and gain knowledge about. So I hope this message was of value for you. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and looking at my other videos. Thank you. Aquarius, you are so progressive, original, intelligent, moving the vibes where you need to move quickly. So it's very, very beautiful to merge that with your path on the earth plane. What is your assignment? How you can move a better way, in better ways actually, and actually merging all your knowledge, your quick vibe, and your intelligence with your present day efforts and passion. So I will pull a card for you from the I Am Present and see what comes out. So the first one is, that is beautiful. You're bringing true completion in your assignments. That is, I'm one with the heart of Shambhala, the pulse. The heart of Shambhala is the ultimate goal right now as it connects with all the universes. So you see your green light go over here, the white light shining as the grandness of purification, and the knowledge, the intuition, and the higher vibrations moving beyond what the most mundane on the earth plane, have no idea about. So there's a great pulse coming through for you. I'll look it up. 55, your completion process. I feel as well with many projects, completion with old stuff you don't adore anymore, right? It's connected to the earth, so you will have a great flow with the earth for the incoming years, as you are all about the air component, the quick fix, the quick measurements, quickly taking action and all that. So the heart has been crushed, has hardly been talked about on the earth actually, but you Aquarian vibrations are all about resurrecting that heart, and because it's the most less understood composition. So the word love has always been killed for many ages, so no wonder people do not understand or are able to digest natural and true love in their lives. So it will truly bring them to their knees. So even though those who think they know and think they are loving and kind, so has nothing to do with the heart. So we're rethinking, realignment to love is not something that can be picked out of the air and breathed through. But I think you guys do know the composition of true air vibrations, and it is not truly an essence that make you feel in love or loving vibration. So it's rather a universal essence, and Aquarian vibes are all connected to the highest level of universal essences, if they know it or not. So it's very high level vibration actually, that will never allow the hormonal system of the earth in the body tied to emotions and low instincts actually. So the embodiment here of love on light earth needs to run through quite some re-education or the transition in purity, humility, integrity, mental brain capacities minus mind control, intelligence, wisdom, and supreme high vibration of love connected to our source. So here the message is, what keeps you alive? Where is that energy coming from? So the divine, the cosmos, the universe, all stars and universal light consciousness is what makes your heart beat. So realignment to the heights of Shambhala is needed for to get there. So this card is actually a message about how do I get back into there, because I even want more and more knowledge, you know. Moving faster with what you already have. So yeah, a redefinition and how to move quickly out of what is no longer satisfying you. That is what will come true anyways, because you have that high air vibration. You have the stabilization, the hardworking vibe of Capricorn through you in the coming years for a very, very long time. So that is working harder, that is bringing through more and more details, and also being a lot more stricter and not letting your wind, you know, go wherever it wants to go. Although that is great at times, we need to stand still, be strict, and allow a new point of balance. So the next message I have here is I am the Phoenix rising, the Ascent. You really have beautiful cards. Look at that card. And that is actually number 15. It's 15 makes up 6, and 6 makes up an eternal spiral. An eternal spiral that will get you to the next degrees, where you can lift your knowledge, your air vibration from the heart to the brain, not from the brain to the heart. So that may be very, very new to you guys, as you know, you have the craft of magic, the Phoenix rising with light earth. So we must have surpassed anything termed ego and keep our energy fields actually crystal clear from any of the old invasions, such as hybrids in this universe and on the earth playing out, and the consciousness of low elemental nodes that recycled stories, you know, that could be experienced and have no capable interest, so value or inspiration to move through the forces of negative barriers. So you can see here on this card also the lavender fields. You see the lavender fields, and that some kind is one of a kind in a way that it has many creational rooms actually that offer the capacity to keep you free from negativity. So if you meditate or realign to the divine, that is what really is going to assist your air vibration to be more magical, especially as you have that Saturn vibe in your chart, like for the incoming years, and that goes with the transition of the earth. So I think it's very, very beautiful. So the wonder of lavender spaces is your magic, yeah, your magic, that it offers quick transformation. You guys are all about quick transformations, you know, and new initiations inside new goals. So the resurrection into freedom, along with your protection, that is all that you need. And the crystalline grids and beaming your highest healing factors through. So the red way here represent a very high state of consciousness. You see that person ascending through the silver ball of light, so to speak, and that vibration is something I would truly recommend to connect through, as it is very, very important. So this card is actually asking you to return into a crystal clear space and make the decision to learn about some technology and grid embodiment that can be achieved, as you guys are all about technology, the the new stuff coming out onto the earth. So if you get acquainted with light technology in the body, how a body can be gridded into light, I have an online course there, how to get into that space, actually, a 5 days online, but also 15 days, moving into self-mastery with the current energy. So and that can be achieved through your ascension with 12 all 12 universes. That's very beautiful. Like with every card I pull, it's all about getting into the new Kabbalah, the new Tree of Life. So I have 2 videos out there if you're interested to read them, and a free webinar moving on that can assist you to redefine yourself on another level, not afraid, taking small steps into responsibility and pulling through a veil of lavender delight where nobody can touch your precious vibration, because in the end it's the age of Aquarius, right? It's the Aquarian age. So let's have a spiritual message. So I'll pull the card for a spirit message here. And I'm very surprised, but not surprised at all, as that is truly the resurrection of the heart, is why humanity is on the planet right now. So, and if that comes to the higher vibration in the zodiac with pure knowledge, intelligence, and your visions, which is Aquarian, then yeah, it makes sense, right? So one message here from Spirit is, oh, creative wonderment. Follow your passion. So the message is, you have the intuition, you have the knowledge. You don't need to go, down that road. But just listen to what, what will make you wonder. What do you need? Are you moving in your spiritual shoes? Do you have a light body environment? Because the earth is moving into its ascension, and so everything, technology is moving around. That is if you're interested, right? And so one last guidance here for these messages is from the animal kingdoms, because they are so potent. They can assist you at any time. And so let's put one card of these. You see. And let's see what I have for you. Yeah, that completes it, truly. The giraffe, visionary. You see, visionary is so to the point. Rise above the earthly matters, get your light body in, get your light grids in, and create more technology for people. Be it through the spiritual realms, create something people are truly, because you have that idea, but ideas is not enough. You need to bring them out for people to know you have it. So glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, and stand tall in your self-worth and love with a huge big heart. I didn't know, I do know animals have huge big hearts, they are so special, so beautiful. So there's so many things connected to these cards. Especially the giraffe spirit animal is a sign you might stick out your neck for someone else. So it also encourages using heightened awareness, intuition, and intellect to help others who lack these things. So like those in need of guidance or wisdom. So that is where new passion may come out. And so, sometimes giraffe's meanings warns against putting one's neck on the line for people who could take advantage of it and not be grateful enough. So be careful with that. And, that the giraffe is truly a spirit guide for those who are always looking up. So when you need to be more future oriented, which you're all already, that giraffe may appear. So the meaning behind it is, allow yourself in that higher level of self-worth with your knowledge. Most of the time when we're born as an Aquarian vibration, we are not so much aware, we have a lot of psychic insights and visions often that may, let's say, frighten people unless tactful diplomacy is used when delivering your messages. But I'm sure you guys have that, although it may flip-flop. Also, on the other hand, giraffes have a silent language they use to communicate with body movements, so they don't make sounds, but are often seen sharing their long tail and other gestures. And this is why um, the giraffe may correspond more closely to your root chakra, your root. So combining your wind with the earth, you're rooting yourself into the earth, which is very important, as we have seen. So prepare yourselves to be graceful in all situations, but your quiet nature will allow, for the occasional outbursts that may not need much attention, actually. So I would say the giraffe is very, very powerful creature that stands tall in every situation. So that is really an attribute for you. And it's also often seen with its head high above everybody, and having the honor, to be on top of knowledge, equality, and wise with the wisdom of the heart is the message here behind it. So there is so much to it. So we can carve a new life, and with unusual physical attributes, and creating a new technology architecture, a new unique facets in your life, if you want to move in your life, or you can explore actually more your unique talents and skills that will benefit the community. Besides that, you are truly, more not mundane but mondial. You say, yeah, you're more like a bonding person, and you love people so much. So the question is, will you put out your creativity, your knowledge, your intelligence, your visionary arts to assist people, because that is truly part of your assignment on the earth plane. And it's imperative, to really start connecting with both realms, the light on earth, the light in the universes, and bridging the gap between heaven and earth. That is what the long neck stands for. And you can do that task, as there's so many online courses, seminars, or guidances. So I also do individual sessions and all these things, should you have any interest, because I truly feel it's going to benefit not only people, but it's going to benefit you in the longer haul, and bring you many more gifts, and that bring you a lot more passion from now on. So I hope this was truly of value and helpful to you. So if you liked it, thank you for subscribing, liking, and clicking the bell, and see you next time. And beautiful Taurus, let's see what we have for you, going more into your original vibration and moving truly in your life work is the message here. And to complete the old, to get out of your extremely organized, talented, beautiful spaces, because you guys are so trustworthy, patient, and kind, and have a great feeling for the arts and everything, as everything in the world is art. So it's very connected to you, grounding a new way of living in this age, and allowing yourself to step in to your assignment that will take on a new tour, a new visit in your observation deck, and allowing it to come true, minus some traits you may want to eliminate from your embodiment, so you get new directions and everything. So let's pull a card for you, see what's going on, and how you can move up there. So the first one I get here from my art cards is Oh, it's so beautifully connected. I'm one with seventh heaven, pink enterprises, and the pink way is so connected to you, the pink universal way, Venus, Andromeda. So it perfectly connects. You see what a beautiful art card. You see the opening up into success. The lavender is actually representative for your spiritual body, your explosion into spirit, and wanting to get back from the atrocities of the earth into the light of your spirit and your true essence. So there is a road to take. I love it. It's card number 32, making up 5. 5 is a pentagram of pleasure, and it's very important to connect to. You might eventually create a pink pentagram with silver waves around it, around your energy field, and ask you to flow into your authentic, successful vibration on the earth right now. So for you, it's time to step, as you're very grounded, like Capricorns are very grounded, and you're very connected actually to the Capricorn energies, with this Saturn of events. And so from now on, you will get a lot more strict vibrations, and being able to get more in the detail, things you may have avoided, seeking too much pleasure in certain things, and getting more strict, like getting that balance in, and where both the musical vibes of your business and the music of your pleasure time merges, so there is not too much of a deviation into that. So connected to the ethers, then I would say pink enterprises actually represent a huge transition into the seventh dimension, which is what light workers are doing on the earth right now. We're moving beyond fifth and sixth, especially because that is where the dream world keeps you, in the old cycles. And so the seventh dimension holds you on the extreme peaceful alignments to download higher level technology and higher levels of intelligence. That is something that needs to merge with your very refined vibration and love for anything that is beauty. So beauty in business, beauty of the body, beauty of communication, beauty of relationships. So I feel a lot of relationships here for you need to go and really make it a point from now on, and decide to delete an entire list of business connections, friendships, and eventually other connections, whatever they are, but they need to go throughout the body. So I also have a meditation here in alignment that is extremely potent to delete them very, very quickly and forever. No, never coming back. So that is what I do in alignment. So coming back to that beautiful silver way, you see the silver is very predominant here. That represents your heightened level of success and creative capabilities. Actually, for an enterprise, is representative of many interesting faculties. So if we think about faculties in universities, so we have architecture, we have psychology, we have medicine, we have so much. So you guys have the capabilities of merging these faculties, because you see the beauty in each of them and can merge them, and that is something not many have on the planet. So my approaches are very deep and very different, and that is because I do light scientific research with the universe, not with education on the earth. That sucks anyway. So when the enterprise shows up, you are truly ready when taking that responsibility, and you feel you need that new adventure. You are ready to activate on new and higher programs. You are ready to create a new, because somehow you feel that pulse to move into higher direction and more fulfillment in life. So more fulfillment means you need to delete the old cycles for more fulfillment to come in relationships that are inspiring, aspiring, that you know that function on equilateral exchanges, that are intelligent, that are interesting, that feed you, and not letting you know, anybody take energy from you. So the outlet of the enterprise almost looks like a flower of life. You are the flowers of life. You are the beauty. So I would certainly advise to connect with pink elements, pink flowers, pink herbs, anything pink, because it's so connected to you, and also, you know, to the pink body of beauty. So this card also indicates you are, you, you know, you really want to operate to higher frequencies. So take responsibility to get your vibration there, no matter what it takes to eliminate what stands in your way. So if it is any disease, you can clear it out with any light technology. I also have massive courses over there if you want to do that, or individual sessions. Or if you have your own technique, just do it, because deep inside you do know, you know, where your functions go off. Is it the breathing system? Is it your lungs? Can you not take any more? You know, what is going on there? So cut down these old cords, these old ley lines, these old connections. So the number 7 corresponds to many things, such as the 7 energy wheels, the classical planets, other vast spheres, geometrical patterns, and so on. But it also resonates to vibrations and energies of higher wisdom. It's actually something you need. And so eliminate some, you know, some sort of laziness. Most, you know, if not all people on the earth were downloaded here, you know, in a level of deceit and betrayal that created the laziness, because we hadn't the full power of our spirit to move out of it. Moving out or deleting the laziness out of the, I would say, the pituitary gland is where it sticks within you guys. And that will bring you back to your natural strength and fitness and in health. So upgrading your health, drinking more water and juices, and going on light foods would already help you a lot, and being a little bit more persistent in what you do, just not taking it anymore, you know, persistent. This is what I want to achieve, and I'm gonna create that bar right now. I'm gonna write down what I want, what is my plan for the incoming years, and that's it. So if you want assistance with that, I have the Manifesto Consciousness, the Creative Vibes, a book, a workbook that helps you to write down a new lifestyle and change, you know, like overnight at times. And yeah, your purpose will come when you, yeah, you become more persistent and leave the old ways of, you know, being kind in old ways doesn't really resolve your problematic static, right? So, do yeah, we need to decipher who deserves it and who does not, and whom we need to cut out and whom we, you know, let in our lives today. So think about the pink color that make and how it makes you feel, and you may want to open a deep philosophical room. That's a great message with the divine, and do some research or become more interested in the development of spiritual skills such as telekinesis, teleportation, television, your own television, you know, and become more telepathic, because you have the gifts to go all the way telepathic and moving from the old astrological planes with all its synthetics into the celestial, celestial, universal bodies, and eventually, you know, take some coaching, take some courses. I have a 15-week online there as well, or do your own thing to get out of the old cycle, because I feel your heart is yearning for that new life that is a lot more fulfilling. And you know, if you spend too much time in business all of the way and not balancing out, that's not the way to do, because you cannot become crystal clear in your essence and where you want to go with what you already have innate. So let's have a little secondary dialogue card, a second gold card, and let's see what that says here to assist you out. That's beautiful. I am one with the underground, the crystalline network. That's all you need. You need to work with your own earth component, the fire engine that goes eternally as we are eternal being. You see the fire burning? So connecting your essence with the organism of the light within earth, not the old earth. The earth is ascending into light, and when you connect that, we have the number 9, which is the eternal spiral, and that is connecting actually with that other card we had there, with your pink enterprise. I think it's beautiful. Pink enterprise, ain't that something? So that is, you know, the fire. You need more fire in your earth composition, and the fire that can move very fast, and especially with capable air energy. So if you need to clear your lungs, your breathing system, your heart system, your arteries, and then that is the time to do it. So the underground of the planet Earth contains many unexplored gifts, light skills we can all develop. So it's a matter of for you to investigate and generate it, and to go back eventually into the ancient of day. Remember that ancient knowledge that carries all the beauty that you have in your heart. And when you open your heart, connected to the brain in the first place, or connected to your source, you will open renewal in your body. So your feet centers have that capability to electronically align to the light footprints of the earth. And most of the time the best way to do it is by the installment of a crystalline grid that overrides actually the density of this earth. So, and from there on we can create a brand new labyrinth of crystalline networks. So just like we find on the internet through ley lines and the fusion of many dots on these ley lines, you may need a worldwide network, new connections, and connecting to new continents, cities, communities, and so on. So as the earth is clearing out pollution, debris, and infections, so to speak, the elements within the underground of the many layers are also restoring and inviting new ancient elements. And so you could be part of that. So, you know, think about something new you want to create in business, or side business, or like a hobby. As I mean, you have so many unexplored gifts, and I will really go into that, and your connection to the trees, the elements, the flowers, and eventually create essences with it, or create art with it, or, you know, assist people with your kind approach to it. That is something many people need. Not everybody has that true kind expression. So we're not going, you know, out of balance. So that is also your message. You need to balance first in order to find your own evolution, because this card represents evolution essentially. So for it feeds, it nurtures, sustains, and develops and provides new nutrients, support, transformation, and progression. So it's all about your individual growth and process regarding your own nutrition, regarding, you know, the physical foods. You have to upgrade somehow, you know, into lighter foods, the water intake, the juices, and then you essentially need more spiritual food, being fed with new education, a new educational system that gets you in a platform that is much more fulfilling, where you can open up your passion. So the time to open up your passion has to really come. So let's see a last message from these cards from Spirit, as just, you know, to complete that. And oh, cheer up, live in the moment. So living in the moment is realizing or awakening to the process, and you see all the elements connected to the air, the water, the beauty of the elements. So you see that completes truly, and that is releasing old cycles and seeing your grandness in there and seeing what needs to go before opening the that new door, because that new door cannot truly open if you are not truly aligning 100% there, right? So, and the next card is from the animal kingdom, and let's see. Whoa. The revealer of truth, that is your animal assistant or your guide, the coyote. That is powerful. Can you see it? I hope the light is not too much into it. The coyote, yeah. Beautiful wisdom. So don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing as your own folly. Look out for the trap and tricks of life and learn from them. So I would certainly connect with a coyote spiritual animal meditation and ask for that guidance, because these coyotes are very, very powerful beings, and they can truly teach us. So it's, it's not a candid spirit, but one that often restores and resorts to, to getting across a point. So when working with a coyote, you must keep on your toes. So coyote will use every opportunity to present a piece of insight to even what appears to be wholly transparent situations. So it challenges us to think about those things that we have pushed down or hidden from others. So very often such matters impact our body, our mind, our spirit. And so we need to recognize what we buried inside of us, what, in order to be kind. It's not a matter to keep your kindness for people that don't deserve it, I would say. And, stepping into wholeness means be open and expect the unexpected if you want change overall. So uncertainty is part of life, so you might as well embrace it like a coyote. And as you know, very home-based earth participant connect more with the earth, with the element earth, because coyotes find that life can be both sacred and silly at the same time. So you're cunning and sometimes tempted to use your trickster energy for pranks. So the key here is making sure such jokes are not vengeful or ill-conceived. So let's say that the coyote follows the golden rule. So it means you are actually always very devoted as a being. I love Taurus energy. Like it's so beautiful itself. It shows everything is an art. So what is your next art going to be? Your next expression of passion? So another good application for coyote energy is when you're facing a new situation that makes you feel uncomfortable. So coyote shapeshifts and transforms with ease and grace. So let them show you how to reclaim your power in that space. So that is already very, very powerful thing. And I think, it may need some time, to complete, during which you can always spend time with a coyote and honor that particular spirit animal as your guidance. And so let me know if you're doing that in the comments. Let me know if you liked it, and if you have an easy or difficult time with connecting with a coyote and where you want to change in life. So maybe my next video is about assisting people how to make those first steps into it. So thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and being there for the next video. Thank you. Beautiful Aries, let's get right into it and see what can lead you better into your assignment and your higher levels of passion on the planet. I mean, you don't come short on passion, do you? You're so determined, courageous, everything. But let's see what may cut you down, or what is that particular thing that you might wanna really integrate to have more balance, because your up and downs, they become at times very spready. Although you're very, very, very to the point at times with such a high level of wisdom, besides your fire going in, it might need some earth component, and the earth component, air and earth, that is going to be very important for you to balance out, to see your higher degrees in intelligence and wisdom, and maybe have a view of how other people may help you fuse that, which is not an Aries thing, because you're the leader of, the leader of the pack. But then again, we may need some help as well. So let's pull a card from my art cards and see what they have to say in the first gold place. Beautiful. I am the Phoenix rising, the Lion's gate. You want to rise into a new horizon. It's card number 5, the Phoenix rising, getting the male-female component into balance. So you definitely need more balance. You see the gates opening, allowing, those arrows to go that broke you down somehow, or where you may have had a more or less difficult time in life, and seeing that higher degree, that higher inspiration that brings you to the higher aspiration, knowing you can do it because you've done it always. So that is very, very to the point. Let's see what it has to say. So keep in mind that pentagram of pleasure. So the number 5 is a pentagram, a 5-pointed star. Remember Bowie with its 5-pointed black star, He had already made that choice, but here you are. That is what I said. It's so connected to the earth, so you need to ground your fire more in order to gain your balance. Grounding to getting eventually more fitness, a more balanced diet, and not being stubborn in the old diets that went before, or not being stuck in that old thing like, I know how to do it, I will do it that way. And there is people out there that could teach you as well. And so the overall pink ray has deep architecture, so it's about stepping into a new architecture where everything has much more balance, and grounding the earth with your fire component. That's the ultimate thing we can have. So when viewing the gates, it has to witness and process desired applications before the transference into the domains of heavenly charges are allowed. So there's some work to do. So the phoenix that we can see over here on this card, you see the phoenix rising from the ashes. On the bottom left side of this artwork, operates through the lavender, black and orange ray of creation and realms of light that already know they have left small tone rooms behind. So this is because of the lavender white beams of light in the left up corner that defeats the transition from the electromagnetic system that is drowning you. So combining your strong fire vibration with the soft earth tones like the pink ray, and balancing that out is that you could merge into let's say a new touch in business, a new touch in relationships, a new touch in connecting with people, a new touch in your family composition on the earth, and eventually choosing a new place to bring that new touch actually out. So it's not what we all want, knowing somehow somewhere that it is the origin of our spirit flowing together in creation. So And if we can swallow the flames that are the medicine to this artistic completion, it is pink, orange, lavender, dope of spirit, and their interdimensional intelligence. So it's uh, actually saying you need to go to some new decision in order to know the higher level of your assignments. Like up until now you may have been doing and doing and doing, and that may have gone, you know, with many trampoline levels up and down, and you know, getting your bossy vibration in there. Then again, when you become so balanced and connected to the earth, you calm down your fire, you balance it, you can see from that higher perspective and that higher level of intelligence which you all have so much, but yet not always so very much applied. So let's see what the second goal about that is. And I have the card, I am one with ancient wisdom. You need to go back to your roots. You know, if you think again, when you grew up in your youth, what was your passion? How did you do it? Did you flip out? Did you have your balance? Something is there that can teach you. You see, these are actually, you know, the new vibrations. That is the golden moon backing up perfect male-female balance, albeit here to dragon waves, and that is connected to card number 17, making up 8. 8 is the Lamnis card, or you know, the infinity sign that goes up and down through the spinal column. So I think it's very, very potent to reconnect to your roots. You may have lost them along the way. You may have, you know, lost some maybe important projects over there when in business and forgot about them and just move on and move on from one thing into the other. So the message is truly standing still and, you know, moving on very quickly like the fire engine. You need to blend that with this etherical component, meeting the ethers and the earth within fire. Then you have perfect balance. Ain't that something? Beautiful card, isn't it? I love this card. Yeah, I truly love it. So our innermost ancient wisdom comes through the ability to reconnect to the ancient ways and roots. So the element ether is energy that fills all spaces and holds us in the physical properties of the element, which is the lavender etherical field. So with this card, you're being requested to interrogate yourself and to interrogate what you have been doing up till now, the way you plant new seeds, actually the way you plant them, you cherish them, you feed them, and how you allow these seeds to grow. And that could be in your relationships, in your businesses, or what needs to go essentially. So the golden moon is the reminder of the alchemist. If you want to go into alchemy with yourself, you need to accept that you need that vibration of balance within, you know, which backs up, as we see here, the amethyst dragon vibe. You see the amethyst dragon vibe. And the yellow magical component of the houses of light intermixing with gold orange dragons. So that is higher level creator rays, the orange creator, and blossoming, because you know, creators potential to always create anew with brand new ideas. And that is what you guys are about. You have massive ideas, and it's a matter of balancing these ideas and really get into the matter of beauty with them. So calming self down and balancing out with the earth. So, and taking the medication of this card into your higher aspirations within the divine. There is no end to what extent we can really bring new nutritional aspects to seed planted seeds that shape our broader vision. So, you know, maybe take some time out to reflect and because any existing seed can truly flourish and can always benefit from newly embedded formulas. So you guys are great at creating new formulas and creating new aspects within the new, so you don't get bored. Get out of that boring stuff, and it's up to you, you know, to invent a new way of, you know, creating a new architecture for yourself. And that is when releasing your self-control or your quick fixes, and including relationships and balanced fabrics of the past. So, and that may take your sacral center, your, that is the creative garden in which we create all the time, to the next level. So clearing that sacral center, clearing the old garden, clearing the weeds out there, that is what will assist you to actually gain more potential. You guys all have so much potential, yet not always balance, or, you know, people may have a difficult time in getting your message and where you want to go. So it's a matter of getting into the earth detail, the earth component, or eventually working with the Capricorn energies, that is gold, that is also earth tones especially, and copper ways. So, and so you will be more productive and balanced when persevering into your original strength that opens many portals and many ideas. You already have so many portals and ideas. So that is truly getting into your assignments. You may think you have done so much already and flip-flopping, but it's about, you know, investigating what did you not do to hold on to your passion and never get bored. What is that intrinsic factor within yourself, and you know, knowing what moves that further is truly an interesting part of your life. So let's have another spiritual message here that could assist and give you more insight. That is going to be knowledge. That is where you could tap into. So you may be very witty, very intelligent, courageous, and being on top of things and having that leadership, yet there may be some lack of knowledge, and opening up the gates of knowledge into yourself is connecting with the gates of knowledge. And so I feel you may feel like you have a need to eliminate the old cycles, so especially old connections that keep you in the same boring alignments, and that is in business and in friendship and so forth. So there is a extreme deep elimination of friendships with codes, and that you know, they will never return, because once you cut them out, you are done with them. That is powerful. So that is the message. Gaining knowledge. How will you do it? You can take courses, you can take seminars, you can do individual coaching sessions. I do healing sessions if you want that. But take action into that, balance out with the earth, and then get to the truth of the matter. So last card, I will have an animal that will assist you to gain that knowledge, or, you know, go on to the direct new road for this new earth. And so what do we have here? Whoopa. The lizard. Regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. That's the least we could say about Aries. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put your new cloak on. You are a master of regeneration. So it could also indicate that you need some fresh new air breathing into your system, breathing in your connection, breathing into your businesses, and gain that transformation into new knowledge, because you want that knowledge. And once you take that decision, then you will be very surprised. So the lizard is really your regeneration process that could assist you. So connect with the lizard, communicate with the lizard, and you may find surprising advice eventually. So The lizard symbolism is letting you know that it's time to take an internal audit. As I didn't already mention it, in other words, take a good look at whether or not your ego is in control instead of your heart, your beautiful heart. So be aware the ego is a master of deception, and you will often have to peel back many layers to get to the truth of where you want to arrive in life. However, the listener meaning is saying that it's the only way to discover what your heart is telling you, as you have huge hearts. Yet most of the time people don't know that. You know, it's about showing your heart it more than your intelligence. I would certainly do that, and that is, you know, grounding your vibration through the earth component. So, like the cat spirit, you also need to take time to focus again on what you want to accomplish. So, you do know you have the power to regenerate anything that you feel you may have lost. It's like the wolf, they are prone to repeating. You repeat too many cycles, and so you get bored. So, getting out of that is the message, and you know how to move actually between realities and other worlds. So alternatively, the lizard symbolizes um, that you become so caught up in the day-to-day drudgery of your life that you have forgotten to dream. So take some time away from everyone, from any business, and open your new space. In other words, new things are born in your dreams. Ain't that something? So yeah, I would say I hope this video was of value to you, makes you think, because that's the whole goal. And if it was, thank you so much for subscribing, and certainly check out all my empowering videos out there from 2022 on. They are very great, and hopefully I can see you next time. So let me know please in the comments what you think about transforming and getting out of some boring things you may have and uplifting old projects. Thank you. Gemini, the smart, enthusiastic, great communicators of the zodiac. Let's see what we have for you to move better in your assignment, in your element, and being imbalanced this time around on the planet. So here, let's pull a card from my art cards and see what could truly assist you, to get, some arrows out of your field and fill them with a new golden road. So here I am the power of fusion. That is the deer and the dolphin, number 6, making up. You see the merging of a deer and a dolphin, that is very exclusive. Number 6 is the eternal spiral, moving back into eternity, as your vibration is all about expression and, getting that attention and expression, because you have a wise way to explain, to do it your way and very exclusively. But your air element may need some fusion, the power of fusion, to really establish a ground floor that is bringing you a lot more fulfillment, much more passion, so to speak, and that is going to change around. So obviously this is connected to the element water, and so the blue way always produces a high level intuition. So being born as a Gemini, you're connected to the black omnipotent universe that is so unlimited, as you're so unlimited in communication and expression. And so you are guided to getting more of your high level intuition into your brains. Aligning to it is all there is. So it's connected to the higher level of sensitivity and gentleness in any situation, actually. So, such as the appearance of the deer. So, do you need a little bit more gentleness in communication? Maybe, you know. A deer more often time, you know, acts very fast. You see the deer here. I don't know, the sun is shining. And has the ability to change direction so quickly without a second thought, just because of the high level trust that brings the answers before the question comes out. Ain't that something you guys want? Answering question and having the answer before the question comes. That comes through the energy of chi, actually. Should you work with chi energy? So beyond this beauty, I really love this art card. Hopefully you like it too. Of innocence and grace, a deer with its calm attitude is very clever at creating new perspectives and inceptions on old situations to release them quickly. So this could refer to old characteristics you may hold on, some traditions that have lost their value in today's society, and your capacity to actually refine your psychic senses. So you have already that level of high communication, having it smart, having it funny, and enjoying. You guys enjoy communication, right? So, but that intuition and the higher psychic senses may bring a lot more enjoyment to yourself this time around, and may be needed to explore new capabilities. Actually, as you know, when we look at it, I think a lot of people struggle a lot when it comes to trusting a new path and situations and new people that can make them a little restless. So being in peace and silence with your present footing is always a state of consciousness, for it reveals the deeper levels of yourself into making new decisions. So when the water within and not being cleansed from emotions or emotional luggage and old structure, we actually may never find peace, balance, grace, and all these virtues. So in this sense, this card actually represents or is asking you to step into those higher levels of fulfillment. And that can only come true when you purify the water. Water, we have 90% of water in the body. So clearing the old mud, the old ways, the old cycles of communicating, being, and expressing yourself may require the silence of letting that higher level of intuition within and merging with the oceans that carry that high level intelligence, such as the dolphins have. So dolphins also represent ancient wisdom, and when you merge your ancient wisdom, you can do this in meditation actually, or ask me if interested. I will give you meditation to move in communication with the dolphins and the whales, and you know, do some research in your treasure chests. Actually, that is what this is about, merging that, and this can literally build bridges while you can take you know, yourself into the oceanic worlds and show how important your reconnections are, cooperating and making a dolphin as a friend is very lasting into the wisdom of creation, as they always find a healthy technology to address problematic static and new food. So dolphins have a unique way of communicating and could take you on a trip into the unknown reservoirs of spirit. So not just getting your spirit knowledge out there in huge palaver, you know, but getting to the point there which will bring you a lot more pleasure, much more insight, and will reveal your true essence, forming actually your true task on the planet. So let's pull a card out and see how you can benefit from it. Achieving larger goals is what I get immediately, and daring to do it. Oh, you gotta, yeah, somehow you're gonna get back to your roots, to what you always wanted to do in your life somehow, while expanding from, you know, the narrow family into a huge family around the planet, because you're an excellent team member. So let's pull out the first card, and what I have is beautiful. I am the art of technology, evolution at me. It's arc consciousness, expanding your arc, expanding your bridge of knowledge, expanding your bridge into the higher field, because that is representative of an arc. And you have, you know, everything coming together, the alpha, omega, and genes. So the black universe is where we live in. We need to go to the arc of white purification, the pure white way, in order to see from a new vision. So it's number 33. 33, you actually have everything when tapping into it and changing your inner navigation system somehow. So let's see how that explains further for you, as it is connected to the element air. So you're born with the water engines, your watership, you know, and having that intense feeling within it. And when you combine that with the air component, then you become unstoppable. So your air may be off, you need to clear your lungs, you know, the immune system, your thymus gland, and all that stuff. I feel many are stuck there in breathing really like 10 miles in circumference. That is what you guys need to get a new breath of air, meaning new visions, new encounters, new ways of doing things, and getting all the old repetitive cycles. So the beat of 33 it is, you know, that card 33. So I think that's very important. It's a reminder of your connection to divine sources and any ascended realm. So this lifetime is truly about getting your perfect male female partners blending. So if you have stuck energies up there, that could hit you very hard, because that is what you care for the most, right? So get that into balance, get old connections, relationships, family members, family out of your vibe, even though you care so much. If they cut you down, then I mean, it doesn't really benefit your life. So also what we can see is that this card represents golden alchemy needed to bring crystal white and omnipotent crystalline energies together, because you have the male female arc, which is very important for you, right? And so the arc joins many dots on your life. So it blends, it bends, it transmutes, seeks and reaps the results like an architect that knows the technological um, physician's equipment to manifest through the word and other formulas, such as through mathematics, geometrical designs, and so on. So I would strongly suggest to really work a lot with the golden energies, the golden waving, wave them and breathe them through. Make sure they come through your brain, and ask for the right point of balance with what you need to leave to truly step in your strength, the strength of your assignments, as all to do with your original birth chart being a Cancer and having that higher feeling nature. The missing link would be your communication system. So get anything you can to open up your throat center, communicate your feelings. People do not always know what you are willing to communicate and to say. And out of the old cycles means having a new vision into your communication. So that could be extremely beneficial for you. Arc technology also allows for many high-level informative spaces to join your efforts on a higher level. So the peach ray here is the essence that shows us when male-female vibration merge for the higher good of humanity. And merging that with the golden alchemist within is to manifest and have that perfect partner, opening up many more endeavors, many more passionate projects, if you will, or moving completely into a new job if you're not in the business for now, and that would tremendously benefit your vibration as explaining why you would like to do things and go into the detail of your explanation. So you truly need that air vibration, like the dolphins, like the whales that communicate from a long distance, right? Echolocation, something like it is very important for you. So I would strongly suggest you work also with the animal kingdom. I will pull a card for your animal later. So evolution points are that you have all possible capability to become your own captain and engage self to do what it takes in order to attract that perfect partner if you haven't so, or to perfect your partnership, and that can only come through communication. Communicating your feelings is massively important and open in a way to open new portal points, new visions, new things that you may have gone bored or with certain repetitive cycles, and not being able or seeing yourself being able to do so. So start with clearing the lungs, the throat. There's many techniques to open up your throat. Start maybe working with a geometrical pattern in the throat, fill it up with colors and let it spin out the negative energies, the old cycles. That is imperative. I mean, I could repeat that message all of the time. So bringing top-notch communication. And so the question is, are you balanced out in relationships? Are you digging deep enough to find what blocks you from finding and attracting higher relationships? The power of the alchemist, which is the gold ray, actually. So you are actually being requested to dig deeper into understanding the beauty of arc consciousness. If you look at an arc, it is composed with many dots, and in the end it creates an arc, a line of energy. In this way, it's a bow, like an arrow that goes straight to the arc where you want to be. So putting your intentions really crystal clear would massively benefit, as you have that ancient wisdom to go to educate people more in the feeling nature. Many people on this globe, millions, billions of people, do not have the capacity to merge their thought patterns with the feeling nature in their hearts, and that is what you are excellent at. So really get into that divine highway, and how you could eventually manifest something new, a side business, or something that will benefit people through design if you're attracted to art, or any other communication, creating a blog, creating something new at the job where you are, communicating how important it is to bring a new voice to the planet, actually. And so another card to support that goal, gonna pull one. So that is connected. Wow. as you're so strong in bonding people. I am the power of equality, the composition. So equality, you see two what is it, dragons, orange dragons. The orange ray is connected to your sign. You see the silver ray of success, and blending everything, like the child here coming together with these male female components. And so that is connected to card 28, and 28 makes up 10. So your completion comes up with when listening to what the power of equality truly means in any relationships, be it business, be it friendships, be it connections whatsoever. And this again is connected to the element air. So really, you know, there is much power in the word equality, yet it may take a lot of work to get there. So the highest level of imbalances people suffer from is still the male female strata that will need a lot of revision in the upcoming years. So I would certainly steer yourself or navigate yourself in teaching people what is so innate already within you, how important the home base station is for you. And so the artwork represents the male female orange dragon waves that have imprinted and accepted the levels of successful bonding through the silver way within the black omnipotent property. So working with this black omnipotent universe we are living, that is opening, you know, the first golden age, the Aquarian age, and that is closing off anything what was the dark ages. There you may find a lot of benefit, because the black way assists you to communicate on a higher level. It has high level intelligence. So if you struggle with that, I would recommend to truly breathe in and out and invite the universe to download more intelligence and override the old cycles, and that will help you. So an eternal spiral also blends 6 and 9s both ways. Oh, sorry, I dropped it. So we see in the middle of this card this eternal spiral as eternal beings actually, and it's a very strong bond, especially with the orange creator wave, because it can attract and fuse to any dimension. So if you attract that, and you are far beyond the mundane but may not know this. So both have the longing and the knowledge, yet sometimes eternal mates do no longer wait when they know it takes a long time to get to their male and female filters. So this card may offer you new choices regarding intimacy, love, equality, joy, and fulfillment. It all depends on your character building, changing your mentality, expanding the Unitarian means that we are all family. It is not just your family. You may be alone, for example, but you may have a dog or a bird as a family member. And that is great already to communicate to people, but you have the perfect capacity when moving into the higher air components, clearing the throat. And I feel your lungs need a reset. So if interested, that is what I do in individual sessions as well. And so it could release the old cycles in your consciousness, thinking that you were going one way and spirit is driving your inspirations another way. So that's a matter of listening. Again, the air component. So, and that will bring you great success inside, where you go into your passion, as I feel not many have opened their passion. There's just, you know, removal, or what you could do is remove that repetitive old cycle, and that could be so exhausting at times, repeating, and people may get tired of that, even yourself, right? And not finding that that is opening truly your communication to a higher level and get that inspiration from the divine. So pull another card here to one message that completes both these cards, and that is just a simple structure. Comes on 7 daily sins, humanity, destructive traits. So that's a beautiful card, because it comes back to the arc consciousness, and you see that the universe within an arc has rainbow lights. And so when working with the rainbow lights, you invite a brand new life, because you see light in every aspect of anything that could be bonding in family, bonding in business, bonding worldwide, because you can do that. Maybe you want to travel, maybe, you know, and create small bonding communities while communicating and talking on that higher level. So going beyond that old destruction within and that old recycling consciousness, you truly can move all the way up here and have a great life when, you know, the message keeps on coming. You have a shortage of yeah, the air component, the way to communicate on a higher level. So let's have another card for your animal guide card, so to speak. And so that is, wow. That is the orca, the whale, getting into an adventure. I think you guys really want that. And dare to do things differently. So again, it's repetitive. Sing your whale song, manifest your dreams, your travels, attempt a great journey with confidence, be loyal. Friends and families are your treasures. So that's so to the point, this card, right? They are your family members, so you are more powerful than you know. When you need to bring that communication out, knowing what it means to have a guide like a whale. So in this case, an orca or a whale is asking you to really get in touch with your higher selves and, you know, your search beyond soul, getting straight into spirit. So in other words, a spirit animal implies that all the knowledge you require for yourself is within, if moving beyond the old cycles, and it insists that going inward at this time is the only way to expand or going outward, right? It's also letting you know that you need a depth of self-understanding along with a clear intention to attain your current goal. So mostly you are highly intelligent because, you know, the orange ray, the creator ray connected to cancers are very intelligent, as they are actually the only way, or your orange ray is the only way that can move up and down through all dimensions and quickly delete anything that stands in the way. So not making mistakes twice is really what the orca totem is going to teach you when connecting with this beautiful animal along with their capabilities. And so your life becomes a lot more challenging of assignments and projects, and you will know that you're capable enough of learning whatever you need to learn. So the gift will consistently allow you to succeed with a current goal or new goals. And that's so to the point as well, that the orca will use the voice to get what they want in life. So the message is pretty clear. Use your voice on a higher level, merge that with the already present components in your heart, and then I would certainly connect in meditation, or if you're walking, talking meditation in society, then breathe that through. Envision the orca, the wheel, make a friend, ask for its name in meditation, and ask it to guide you. And that is the message that I have for you. So I hope this was of value to you. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, and hopefully it will benefit you and you can take action upon this message. So thank you so much. See you next time. Beautiful Leos, let's see what Spirit has in store for you to open up your true gifts, to get into authenticity and essentially getting in your assignment. Because without assignment, you know, light cannot shine as bright as your sunny vibration. So it's very important to dig into the reason why you were birthed in your sunny sign, actually. And so let's see what I had. That's beautiful. I'm under 100% resurrection, and that is all dimension. That is card number 50. 50 is a pentagram. You see all of the universes coming together. So, and the main reason why that pops up is we are all moving back into the great central sun. So if you're born into that and getting to know what the meaning is of that, then you can move very fast. So all 12 universes we are streaming through, aligning in light body essentially, are coming back or spreading from the great central sun, the centralizer of renewable energies, because the old solar flare broke our solar center. And so that is the reason why we were living in the deceit and the betrayal factors that is still playing out right now. And so this card number 50, I love that number 50. It's also a pentagram. Most people have a pentagram. That is really something to work with. Well, so your vibration, the fire engine, actually needs to reconnect with everything on the earth. So grounding your engine, getting more in that balanced composition. So as I said, this card represents all 12 dimensions, all 12 universes, 12 ways of creation, and the human golden flow to the black and white pentagram, opening the triple flame of creation. So there is your assignment coming through, knowing how to evolve in alignment with the great central sun. And because the 12 divine ways of creation are many times misinterpreted and should serve to lift consciousness with all the 12 archetypes. So 12 times 12 making up the 144 light bodies we have around us, and that is the origin of the tree of life. If you want, I have 2 videos about the new tree of life and how to get into that, working with it, because you guys actually incorporate that without knowing it oftentimes. And when we are broken down by the matrix and not moving in the opposite, which are the crystalline grids, then at times, you know, there's so many things that are imbalanced, that are out of out of any course. And so it's essentially the knowledge that we need to move out of dual consciousness. So these ways of creation can be studied through experience and communication or alignment to your source, and will assist you to develop your divine streaming, your pure source. So the goal is bringing these ways together, and which can be set through many affirmations or aligning through them. And we all need to move into the full recognition of crystalline embodiment. So this will get you back into the necessity of bringing heaven on earth together, because the field is lifting faster. You, as you know, we are all connected to the great central sun, and that broke us, and you are just the guys with the greater assignments to your source, with your source, to explain that, to incorporate that, to know that, and to stream into that higher intelligence that you are. Because if you do, your entire life could change. So certainly listen to those videos about the new tree of life, the macabre, beyond that. So yeah, I think it's really powerful. And so all these gates should flow in composition, allowing the 10 higher ways. So our consciousness is very important to develop, and so and find the keys in alignment with your own energy field, because if we don't do it, it keeps us from moving into our purpose. We need to move with what is so divine, and that is having the same light body as the masters, as the angelic kingdom, and that has already grounded on the earth. So that is essentially what I teach: getting back in your light body, opening up those higher fields of consciousness, and incorporating those 144 levels while continuously deleting, subtracting, eliminating, evaporating, whatever you want to term it, these old cycles that make you angry, that gets your fire up in the wrong direction at time. So that is the message while working, if you haven't done so with all these ways. So because this card has many multiple options to set new high standards for yourself, because you want completion, you want to breathe new air. So enjoying that flow with the new solar system is truly your assignment, and letting people know what is a fire engine, how does it resurrect to your body. You guys know that better than any other fire sign, because you are the nucleus of the fire vibrations, and so your assignment on the earth is within the fire vibration, combining that with a grounding level, which many did not learn about. That is the excellence of finding, having insight. Oh yes, now I can ground and work with fire engines. And if you do know how to work, and does fire destructs, eliminates, or builds, right? So the message here is start building with your fire. Find your own fire color. That could be one of the first 12 colors in this universe. And yeah, let's have another card to complete it. I am, that is beautiful. I love this card. I am the Phoenix rising, the lightning bolt. That is truly connected. You see the green light go is connected to the green bridge of light. We need to surpass the synthetics on the earth. With the golden universe, the Aquarian age we have entered right now, and then you can open up whatever you want. So it's connected to the number 29, making up 11, making up 2. Again, grounding it. So let's see what the book has to say. 29, it's very, very potent. I can feel those energies. So working with it, again, when you have the earth component, the grounding with those ways, this will get the fire of the phoenix opening up, which you already have with your sun vibration. So that fire builds to strength, perseverance, and so you can defeat the mud of all beliefs, habits, character, emotions, especially for you, indoctrination, things you just took on for real. But looking in the betrayal factors, we will see that not even half of it is true. So it is time to leave your limited consciousness behind, and those unconscious states of being, because stepping in the Aquarian age is all about the fire engines and moving people back into the great central sun. So we no longer accept what doesn't fit our health, educational system, food, economics. So anything on that trampoline of control and manipulation, that is what you need to leave. Even your own control, your own self-manipulation, if you have issues with that. And that takes some internal work, because, you know, we all want to be authentic, and we all want to know who and what we are, because anything less is very boredom and a waste of precious time. So when this phoenix pops up, as it does right here, it is always completing old cycles. So the process is necessary in order to deliver exactly the correct energy frequencies to all the levels of yourself, from the highest spiritual presence to the most humane portions of yourself, and thus creating wholeness in yourself. So the fire can burn those lower energies down from your psyche and emotional body in order to fuse the many higher senses, because at times you have that fire flow of ideas, visions, and know-how, but you can, you know, break yourself down at the same time so much when you have that intention, like, I'll do it my way, and you know, that just needs to fit. That is not always the way to get there. So the message also balancing fire with the earth, and so you ground your energy, keep it calm in your vision, and then grow with all 12 ways of creation, centralizing them in the great central sun is what opens up your purpose beyond purpose beyond purpose, because you can explain, you can communicate it, and allow that through. You have that refinement that I love so much, and you know, apply that refinement. Allow spirit to flow through you in a different way, and then you could send that in a different way. So let's have a complete accord here with another message. And if you don't know how to do it, let me know. Shoot, let me know in the comments what you think of it, or if you struggle in doing it, what would be a direction for you, right? So as this is a general message, is potential. It couldn't be otherwise. Think big for your future. Right, look at that, the crystal ball here. You really, and you see that yellow vibration in that child, and that is because the sun, when incorporating the sun, the great central sun, you have greater visions than any sign in the entire zodiac. So when you open that up, that is extreme high intelligence, merging that with your visions, writing it down and getting into action, but grounding it with your earth, not too much fire action, you know, keeping the balance. And then you can open what you trust that you want over here. So let's have another card here for your animal spirit guide, and that is from that pack, and that will really assist you. All right. Couldn't be different. You have 3 times fire, and then you ground it with the earth, so you really need that grounding component. Couldn't be otherwise. The tiger, you know, fire. I choose to be unstoppable because you can do it. That's you know, your passion is your power. You are bold, you are brave, and you are such mighty forces coming to assist anyone. You have that great huge tiger heart, and when you take that animal, you know, on your journey, and you communicate with the tiger engines, that will empower, balance, and bring you so much more benefits. So when the tiger comes to you as a spirit animal threat, that is, get more respect in your fire engine, and you will get more respect from people. So the tiger essentially teaches you patience, when to move, when to remain still, and in the end experience a very successful hunt. That is what the tiger is about. So, and you know, the tiger will not let you plan things willy-nilly, nor will it let you procrastinate when the path is already clear for the next great leap. So additionally, in terms of spiritual growth, the tiger offers you incredible strength, and sometimes the universe just uses tests as a learning tool. So these are the very spirits of the traveler. You have the fire to travel, but tiger stands already to lend you a powerful paw that keeps you going. So tigers are known for their amazing bursts of energy in the wild, and you can tap that for any challenge you eventually face, but grounding it, you know, as you may yearn for adventure, and you know, chat with a tiger, and you know, make it your friend. Ask for their name in meditation, and ask how you can best temper your fire, grounding and bringing it into balance, while you know, crystallizing the help you offer to people, because you have a great communication, assisting anyone that comes on your path with your loving vibration. So, you know, and your strong desires will come into the forefront. So, you are very charitable, curious, dynamic, sassy, and highly intelligent. So, I would certainly apply your communicational skills to such people, to assist them, and on a vibration that is non-destructive. And when aligning to the great central sun, opening your light body with all the 12 first universes, the ways of creation, and working with one way, one day at a time, you know, that is truly beneficial for you in order to see a new solar center in in the stomach, the liver, the solar plexus area actually, and clearing that old mud out of your intestinal tract. It will massively assist you as well. So I hope somehow this message was of value to you. If so, please comment, let me know how you feel about it, or eventually what you struggle with, and I may make a new video about you know, these issues. And that is so wonderful, because we all need to move beyond that old cycle, the old ways of doing stuff. Thank you. Virgos, most welcome. Let's see what Spirit has in store for you to get more in your authenticity, to get into your power, to get into your assignment, because your sign is streaming on this way, the lavender way, and that is going to matter for the incoming decades. Incoming decades. So I'm very curious what that is going to be about. Essentially communication, of course, that's going to matter, because we are living the age of communication, and how that plays out in those born as a Virgo. So let's see. First card is I am one with universal sound, the dinosaur. This is so special, the dinosaur. So have a good look at this card. It's all put in the green way. Green, you see the dinosaur, you see the open ear, you see the microphone here in the open ear, and the coming back of the dinosaur, because they have been catapulted from the planet for a long, long time. And so this is very potent, connected to the number 43. 43 making up 7, or 7 heaven, meaning we release the dualities, the densities, the betrayal, the deceit of the earth once and for all. And you guys have a playing role, a play role into that. And that started off right now with extreme potent energies coming down on the earth. So merging your earth component with the air is very important, and redirecting your communication to find your assignment. So not blabbering inside out, you know, from one subject to the other, directing it with the beautiful sounds of the universe. So let's see what it says. So when your musical orchestration is not in tune with what we are, we need to tune in where we sound it out. So this is the reason why music is so important. Otherwise, we move into disease and many unhealthy ways. And so the air component is what you breathe, is what sustains you. What you breathe through, for example, with a wave formula, the lavender ways, the lavender dragon, anything you work with to heal and to release is actually the highest potent way, is the lavender dragon, is your way in the entire zodiac, because a lot of information will come through that. And that was the reason why so many Mercury retrogrades went on, as many people need to reset their communication. So I find it very, very interesting. So there comes a time when dinosaurs will reappear to teach people the higher level hertz or sound wave that opens ears and hearts into its origin. So this particular work shows you how the microphone of spirit blows through your inner ear, the accession tubes, and opens far beyond today knowledge in any department. So that is hearing capabilities that expand in circumspherical fashion as designed with the expansion of your spark. So the dinosaur is actually the animal that triggers that remembrance. And you know, the question is, are you upgrading your ears? Are you willing to hear? Are you releasing all your stubborn patterns? Are you opening up to a less strict, detailed way and letting the flow in? The flow is more about the air component. So many born under the Virgo sign may be at times too strict, and that is what I want. But this is divine will. Getting back, it's also in the lavender way, getting back from free will, your own ego free will, into divine will absolutely assist your progress. So clearing the ears, are there things you refuse to hear and thus create ear diseases? So do you believe in ultrasounds? Is your musical chart out of balance? Do you need to load new music for your vibration? Are you listening to music that you really like? So sound and vision come together here. How beautiful, because lavender has the capacity to open up transparency when in meditation, and when breathing the clear way and the lavender way through your entire system. It debunks all the old cycles in your brain. The old ways of being too strict, too detailed is good, but at times we need to merge that with that air component and allowing that flow. So the breathing capacity with this required technology can repair anything that broke your song notes. So seeing, hearing, and speaking the truth in one perfect alignment can can produce a beautiful orchestration. So that is for you, is everything in this new age is seeing it, hearing it, knowing it, and speaking that communication without self-manipulating. The way you want it is the way to open up that new level of passion. I feel you guys, you have massive great ideas, and communicating them to the mundane, that would be great. Although you have the capacity to move into the higher intelligence of spirit and allowing your reconnection with your source. So that is beautiful. And expressing, you know, maybe you may still have to release fear, levels of self-neglect in what I feel most of the time is the nutrients in the body, or sometimes eating too much junk food, and junk, you know, that clutters the ears and the eyes all of the time. So pay attention to what you take. The purer your body comes, the better you hear, and so you could even communicate on a high level for a huge amount of people, should that be part of your interest. A part of that, you are so detailed in creations, and that is so beautiful. So bring that out and stop, you know, recycling that old mental debris. So everybody can change the auditory perception regarding solids, liquids, gaseous matter, and start to understand that in accordance to other senses actually. So the eardrums are an airlight membrane that vibrates, conform your wave sound, your way of being. And should you have any ear problems in any card, this card will drive you in the direction to investigate your psychology regarding hearing, seeing, producing sound, and the effects it has on you and on others. So sometimes you may just, you know, you don't want to hear stuff, and that may cause problems. static actually, and these problems keeps on recycling, and then you wonder why things do not manifest. So here's really clearing all, you know, your throat center, the ascension tubes, and opening it, willing to hear the higher levels, because this new golden age will require that from everybody on the planet. And reason why there is such a huge evacuation happening now of people. So it's not only, you know, about a mass, but you have a lot of, I speak about every video I bring out apart from these monthly videos, that are all about moving into that, having the courage, the strength, how to do it and move stronger into your purpose. So an assisting card is, that is to the point. I am immune to density, the mindless one. So we have a lot of mindless people here on the planet, right? Not opening up into their higher vibration. You see that, you know, that density like flashing out in that face, and we need to move through that. So debunk what society is moving in, and then you can raise like to any vibration. And this is actually grounding the new you when you allow to move out of stubbornness and your huge level of resistance at time to getting into the new. Because I feel you at times you have, yeah, I will do this then and then and then, not listening to what is required from you right now, and listening to your free will is what will not make you but kill you. So let's go into what will make you. So this is truly connected to your own element, connected to the earth. And so you know, I hope you can see it. Many times we do not remember we have access to our own intuition and intelligence to solve and move out of the negativity thrown at us. So the term mindless refers to all negative forces that you try to hold on in your evolution. So with this artwork, you may want to find solution to never ever let density rule your life again, and, you know, blow that out of your face, blow that out of your knowledge, go out of your own way, as you have so much excellent and being so perfect in, you know, completing things and getting that to the point, which is so wonderful in your sign. So the man rolling down on the hill on his back means that the entity should recharge your batteries, reconstruct your spinal cord into strength and higher levels of mentality. So letting go of the old radars, you take responsibility to let that old turmoil out. So the human being is truly an artwork, and it's up to you, you know, eventually take new physical exercises, new meditational levels, new healthy nutrition, and so you can make those major changes within self. Because every time we surround ourselves with negative energies and feed ourselves with negative people, it settles in the body, your thought process, your emotions, and so you start on recycling the dead zone, the dead hormonal system. So the light hormonal system can be very transformative through all these layers. So moving out of the old cycles, the old emotional content in which you still, you know, you just want to do that because, you know, in order to feel all right with yourself, in order to feel, because you're so detailed and imperfection. But at times, as we have said over here with this card, we truly need to let go of that, because your higher capability, moving with your higher purpose and your assignments on the earth, will require to leave that old resistance, that old way, that old stubbornness we may not always be aware of. So that is one of the things. Let me know if you still struggle with that or not, or if it is any other item. Let me know in the comments. Very grateful for that, and I may pick up on any comment in the next video. So other than that, there's many videos out there in which I explain our own growth. So let's complete this with a card here that moves you, maybe mountains, maybe not. It's the dragon. It says, discover your courage. Listen to my video about courage, and it also has some explanation how you can encode it. The video about courage. You guys are strong and everything when you know you're left in your own field, but when somebody or something comes in you do not want, then you lose your courage somehow. But that is the strength. Courage means, you see again that lavender vibration that you are in your Virgo sign, and moving that with the strength of courage, then you can release the old cycles, the old things that were not beneficial for your body, for your life, in your business or anything, and seeing from the higher perspective, you know, moving into the skies, because everything on the planet will turn into your communication, your lavender way, because that was the cause of first creation. Most do not know that, but that is the great transition we are actually moving into. And so that is so great. And that we can move that actually up into a next level vibration, and that is communicating your desires better than what you think people are asking from you. So as for all beings, I will pull a next card with your animal guide and see how that can further assist you. As lavender way, Virgos are going to be massively important for the return into that lavender way on the planet instead of green. You know, that is just a side effect. Green was never mentioned to be in nature. In the first cause of creation, everything in nature was lavender. Imagine that. And so that is the reason why we see more and more lavender flowers, lavender things actually taking. And so your card, damn, your card, your animal spirit, see what it says. That is so incredible. I have one card with all the, and these are all animals, right? That says personal choice. You are the first one who chooses this one, and there's a reason behind it, because it says personal choice. Close your eyes and let me know. Choose an animal that you can imagine right now. What is the strength of this animal? What is this animal known for? What wisdom do they share? And that is what you are required to embrace. Your own animal. And I think there's a reason for it, because your communication system, minus any, you know, negative traits or old cycle, is moving into the mountaintop, getting into nature, in the lavender fields, the lavender flowers, the lavender birds, the lavender fish, the lavender skies. Oh, let me know what you can see as a spirit animal, because I deem it very important. And it also means that you guys have the capacity to connect with your high level intuition with any animal in the crystalline grid. So you call for your breed to a crystalline grid that squeezes the matrix, and you invite an animal from either the earth animals, the wild animals, the bird animals, the sea mammals, or anything you fancy, and see what pops up. So it could be a lavender purple dolphin, it could be a lavender bird, it could be, it will represent itself in the lavender way. As it is a personal choice, it means that your communication blows or expands with any animal, and that is probably the reason why we got that card, because there's only one. So you make your choice yourself. So let me know what animal pops up. I'm very curious. Pop it up in the comments, and I will certainly move that into the higher vibration. So an excellent meditation here is moving your visions into the higher air, you know, the high altitude air of the mountains. Create mountains in your dreams, and nature. And then, you know, if you're very, you know, relaxed in your meditation, you just, you know, I invite my animal spirit to guide me through my next phase right now, and just let it come true. That's the way to do it, actually, an easy way, because we need a lot more ease and grace, which is also the lavender way. So you guys are very fortunate, bringing through, clearing what you need to clear, um, eventually doing an individual session, or knowing what direction you want to go. If you need assistance, there's a lot of coaching and onlines I provide. So thank you so much. If this was of value for you, to like, subscribe to my channel, and especially listen to all the other videos. Maybe the alignment I brought through for the 2022-2024 visions. Thank you so much. See you next. Beautiful Libra, let's see what Spirit has in store for you, to keep you going, to move you forward, because you are the sign with such a high wisdom and intelligence. It's about time, you know, we get those balancing skills through. And the good thing about that is you were born on the golden way, the golden fusions, the gold meridian lines that are around Earth. So really working with that and connecting with the golden thread through your energy is what is, you know, threading your true desires together, is what I get. So let's pull a card here for you guys and see what is going on to pull you more into your purpose and your path on this planet. This is beautiful. Oh. I am crystallizing self, the facets. Do you see that crystallization of that face? That, I don't know if you can see it really true. And so, especially connected to the number 38, 38 making up 11, making up 2, it is grounding your earth component, your balancing energy, that wisdom to the earth, and bringing it through quite a different way, and seeing what needs to go in order to incorporate your true essence, your true capacities, and your skills. Because I believe many are just used to, you know, the old ways, or the ways you know yourself inside out at times. I hope so. Or you know how you act and react. So here, what it is saying, sorry, I dropped the card. Show it again, because it's very important. It's really a double connection, balancing the air component. The spark-to-spark communication has long been forgotten as our interdimensional connections to other species, spirits, and elements. So in order to get one's body where the crystallization can start, we must understand how important it is to eliminate anything related to ego consciousness and these lower vibrations, you know, that brings true fulfillment, enlightenment. And so the sun pops up. So because there is no entity wearing the gold as high as you can do, and you have that higher wisdom with that gold weight, but I know many of you bring it through. So that's a very important message, as you are streaming on the gold way, and the universe is bringing everything gold on a golden platter together. So it takes a certain level of balance to actually start out your crystallization into new purposes, your crystallization with your intelligence, doing something with it. And the reason, let's see, yeah, is this clear? Yeah. So the reason why we have this option today is due to evolution and technology. And so the crystallization takes place within a crystal grid, or your home space. How can you upgrade and balance out in your home what needs to go? So this is essentially the reason why new technology can be loaded. And so one can look at the crystallization of the body as holding the keys to interdimensional platform, fusing new technology. And so the process itself formats itself at first through integration of many crystals in the body, working with gold. If you have golden necklaces or pure white crystals, which massively assist your transformation, into new facets. As you see in this card, you know, it's letting go of the old ways of spreading gold. The old ways, the dark ages of spreading gold needs to go in order to lift your intelligence where it is regarded as very high, inspirative, intuitive, and being respected by the human kingdom. So it's a matter of willing to transform your cellular construction into the higher intention, imagination, and intuition, and so to crystallize the body. However, knowledge is very important with cooperation of the elements and electrical devices. So the energy wheels in the body will then be connected to crystalline grid structures, and your reconnection to everything that is actually fusing your spark into your purpose. And that work can be done, or can be very intense, when it comes to crystallizing your bones, the transmutation of you know, extreme subconsciousness levels and deep subconsciousness level that may keep you in the addicted level, the old ways of doing, you know, the automatic speeches. And so I'm balancing them out. You come to a higher degree of fulfillment. That is what you actually need. So a lot of old things need to go, and the clearing out of dense energy. I will pull a next card. In your blood circulation, the old facets. So because you actually have the capacity in communication, when being truly in balance, to get into spiritual loyalty, to bring the royal types of communication to without the deceit, the falseness, and everything that we experience on the earth. And maybe have a look at the 2022-2024 predictions. There's you know, a playlist about your sign as well, which may be of help to you if you haven't already. So I'll pull the next card here to assist that goal in crystallizing thought form, crystallizing or putting them into action. Is that actually a purpose you may never, you know, you may have not been working with until this time. And so the next card is, I'm one with the body of beauty, 7 dimensions, 7D is my fee, 7D is my fee. Look at that, merging the gold with the perfect male-female dragon vibrations is the ultimate balance you could achieve. It's connected to card 42, making up 6, making up an eternal spiral back into the core level of your purpose, meaning you have been educated before being downloaded on the planet. And Spirit is asking you to get back into remembrance. Gaining more remembers could be done with the golden way, with the copper way as well. And so you can rewire your brain through that. And so this is connected to the ethers, and the ethers represent the highest level of magic coming through in a way that you want to move forward. You want to move through the density, the deceit, the betrayal of the earth actually. And so moving deep into your eternal golden vibe and connecting with the interspatial light grids offers many learning zones. So the elements are representative by deep green, white, yellow, or photosynthesis, used in plants and other organisms, and converting their electrical energy in chemical substances. The alchemist, you know, fueling your body, your environment, your lifestyle, your connections with new connections, new business partners, new friendships. So truly deleting old friendships. So if you have still issues with deleting those old friendships, I would recommend eventually do my MP3 with that, the meditation alignment that is extremely potent. And so because you have the essence of both merging male female aspects of your intelligence, but also, you know, in partnership, and bringing that together for this next new age. And so the seventh dimension is a very high vibration regarding information, regarding your intelligence, and fusing that with wisdom is a rare aspect. So looking at the dragon waves here, or working with the peach wave, may bring peaceful atmosphere to the picture. So there is really a very elegant and delicate adventure. So in this artwork, it never dries out, and so you actually should never be dried out with any aspect, because you could communicate about just about anything, but it's a matter of getting your true espresso through. And so with this card, you are actually asked to return into what beauty means to you. Beauty in business, beauty in relationships, beauty in your home, beauty with words. Maybe you're an author. Beauty within intelligence, beauty of the universe, beauty of the elements, the animal kingdoms, and so on. So that could go many, many ways, and that the reason why is because you can no longer feed yourself with a lesser fragrance, because you have so much to share. And like for many of us, our purposes are finally grounding, coming in the open, coming into the world. So that is, invest in beautifying your home, invest in new clothing, invest because it will inspire you into the higher degrees that you are searching or looking for eventually. And so this card can easily keep you around during the day, diving deep into your own consciousness and enjoying deep colors may enhance your inspirations and aspirations. So that is so important to move through, and do know how it can further your authentic self to move into its purpose. Is it communication, because you have that high degree? Is it finding, new gateways in higher technology, because that is also connected to the gold ray that you wear? Is it something you do know you need to release and keep unwinding in the old addictions, the old ways of doing, which is all addicted, coming through the birth? So maybe have a look at my video about courage and how you can, align to courage and get your strength, your original strength, and have a communication with yourself, and where that strength, that courage was broken somehow, and so you deviated from the origin of your purpose, which is high communication, either through scriptures or anything you fancy, working with children, with youth, with any business you love. And then let's complete this with a card that opens up your measurement, and that is so beautiful. You see, you need to move into your memory bank. Cherish the memories of your loved ones, meaning on the other side, somehow you could go and you ask the universe or spirit, whatever you deem important, to bring true memories of what you were educated within before being downloaded on the planet. This is a very, very important message for you, should you wish to work with that and allow these higher degrees in order to come into terms with self, to come into balance with yourself, and balancing out what needs. You can only balance out when you let go of what needs to go. And I see a lot here in the home environment that needs to go, in connections and friendships, especially if that is for you. Then do the work, and do eventually that meditation, that it gives you such a huge relief. Just an 84-hour, we can eliminate a huge range that of old connections, that brings us back to our balanced state of being, meaning much more intelligence, much more directions, and that is what you need at this time around. So let's pull a card from the spirit animals, and then we complete this for you, and let's see what I have here for you. These cards, yeah, don't know what I show them. Yeah, for the animals, so I have here. If you want total rebirth, then you need to make that come true for you and take the necessary action in taking the delete button seriously, taking the courage to move out of the old cycles, especially in your glandular construction, because that is where it sticks like a ticker stick, and you keep on repeating and you repeating and doing the same old things in your daily performances. So it's about time. And you have that butterfly, the rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change, and you have brilliance to share with this world. Love every part of your journey. I've always seen this in, Libra people. I love them so much. You see the butterfly. You have that, and many times you do not even tap into that potential. So get that deeper level of flow. Now that's get out of that strictness. That is what I want now. That is what I'm going to do, no matter what anybody says. But it may be a time you start listening and allowing what it means to have such a butterfly. So it's really a time, this message is telling you it's time for dramatic changes. So think really dramatic, like the home makeover, television shows, and all that stuff. Allow yourself to go through a complete metamorphosis following a period of cocooning. So the past years were like a true period of cocooning, right? So that old cliche that we know so well, pointing the winds of change are moving through your reality, and that is a clear, a clear message. Because it promises you also the potential for a lot of joy, happiness, success, and lightening of your spirit. So all during your waking hours, because when you have that intelligence, that wisdom to balance out, you can apply that as well to the release button in your brain. Create a release button, create anything, because with spirit in the brain, anything is possible. So, it doesn't announce like you're growing pains or anything. It's just that you are already aware that, you must put yourself onto a new path on your evolution. And so you're spreading your wings, and change will come through as more like in a way of personal growth you could enjoy. So, growth in your life could be all types of transformation, the passage of time, patience, and allowing things to happen in a natural way while being assisted with butterflies. Invite lavender golden butterflies in your space of meditation. Invite them to take you on a journey, show you the places you need to go, or the places within you need to release. So that's a good way to work with a butterfly, because it's pointing to your joy and spiritual side, thereby also reminding you to continue your spiritual work here. We all spiritual beings. We have that heartbeat, and that comes from our source, our spirit. Without it, we go into oblivion, right? So speaking about even the most fragile things in your life may be very, very beneficial if you have some people in your life you can truly trust, and and so you have more strength to dedicate yourself and to be brave to achieve your goal with what you would truly love to bring through in society, and allow yourself to expand into that point of balance. So working with the gold way and inviting the golden point of balance and sitting with that like 10 minutes in meditation would already be extremely beneficial, as it will also assist you to reconnect or invite your spark. Your higher self is your spark to ground into your body. And when it does, it will speak to you and give you the messages like a butterfly, because that is how it works. The new spiritual ways, no more old stuff, quick ways. That is what we want to move forward, right? So I hope it is a little bit of value to you. Let me know in the comments if you can work with it, if it resonates or not, or what you think of it. And I would love to hear from you also for the next video. Thank you for being with me. Beautiful Scorpios, welcome to this spiritual message, and see what Spirit has in store for your growth, for your well-being, and moving the spiral upwards without sinking too much in the emotional content. Besides, you are the ones who know how to, keep a secret, keep the mystical vibration within, while essentially being the master healer, maybe without knowing it, because you are connected to the white dragon. The white dragon ray has been restored, and so we can heal out anything you want, especially for you guys, healing out the emotional content, getting in the fire, your passion, and that is maybe reason why, if you at times you feel stuck or not moving forward the way you want it. It's all about eliminating that old water, that old content, that old mud ways of doing, and finding your new vision, which brings fulfillment into your lives, which is essentially what you may need, desire, and require this time around. This is beautiful. I am one with the lavender dragon's delight, the ethers, combining the ethers with water, with a water carrier, that you are essentially and digging deep in what the waters reveal. That is the first and foremost very, very strong message here, connected to the number 2. So you need to ground the etherical component into the ethers, with the number 2 is grounding, getting that into the air, and allowing your higher intuitive capabilities to really to come through the spoken word. So not keeping them for you, because in this Aquarian age, this golden age, that is no longer going to work. You become yourself expressor. So the lavender dragon, that is this card, essentially beautiful. In the fields of green light, go, or knowledge. Can it get any better? Lavender was the first cause of creation, with many faculties to align to. And so it is actually a 6-dimensional capacity, and would require your spiritual body to align to you. With it comes the facilitation with a density-free environment. When you feel you're still, swimming in that old content, and sometimes you're so tired of that, and you just do what it takes, or not always taking responsibility of your action, that while you have all the capabilities. So this particular card shows you how the lavender dragon lifts its spinal cord that hosts knowledge, new communications, and allowing self that new light bulb. So lifting the spine, as we see here, is eliminating the old spinal debris within you that you may have been carrying for decades, actually. And so getting over emotional in unhealthy ways and releasing that. So that lavender dragon is so potent, so beautiful, is as soft as silk as well. And look at the face of the dragon. You can see it, yeah. And can smooth out any dialogue when having the spark-to-spark communication, while a lot of knowledge can be exchanged with the white partners. So when the lavender dragon shows up, you are being requested to look at either where your communication has stuck patterns, or where you need to balance out to create a monologue when engaging with separation or anything of the source, or with people, for that would rather create a sort of distance, a fields of separation while we are living the gathering. So that means that a good balanced dialogue in which every entity has their input creates equality and unification. And that kind of space needs a little bit of knowledge and introspection one can achieve when aligning to the ethers in the with your spiritual body. So the ethers essentially, they can remove all that old dance factor, and they can work very quickly as you are, you know, you were born with the water engine, the mystical movements through water, and knowing how to purify it comes in the first place with your attached way. You were born within the white way, the great white healers. So the ethers can improve transparency through meditation, where you can tap into your remembrance of who you truly are. And it will also bring the gift of remembering your training before you came down to earth. So the Trinity, if you see that peach way here, peach, that is a combination of perfect partners. Peach making up the perfect eternal mates, although, referring to what the universe brings through now, and not the old spiritual content anymore. So that is a very important message. And so that refer actually to your heart, because these colors are a very high vibration, and can be opened one by one when your heart is ready to move beyond your own judgment or low level emotions and feelings. So the alignment here would be opening of the heart to your individual code for love. So ask the universe to download an individual code for your self-love, to open up the heart, as the heart on the planet has been crushed in everybody. We need to really open up to new technology, the new wisdom. This new Aquarian age is requesting that, and then you will find your purpose. As you guys are travelers, you want to move from one space into the other, investigate and have that feeling for yourself. But it's time to truly express your feeling, and move out of the lower emotions. And when they are cleared, you know your higher feeling nature is very high in intuition, minus the ego, the soul, or the mind. So it speaks actually volumes depending on where you're at in consciousness, and clearing procedures regarding the old earth movement. So it actually gets back uh, to remind you where things in life get tough. Just align to consciousness of lavender way, the lavender dragon, lavender realm. Just eat them, just breathe them through, because there is no way that is more transformative for a scorpion energy than the lavender way. As you know, it would ground your higher feelings, and when you ground your feelings, you become less and less emotional about them. So there is a lot, a lot of interesting things. Or just fly with a lavender dragon if you're used to doing some meditational alignment. So let's have a second goal appointment here, and that is the resurrection, all dimensions. You could actually rise into all dimensions. You see that card? It has all the colors of the universe, and it moves with the white purification you have as a pentagram in you, with the black universe we are living. So if you work with those two ways, every other way will open up in your environment. And so that is a pentagram, card number 50. That is very potent to explore, because I feel you guys, you want to explore new stuff. You're tired of the old. You want to see new ways, new people meeting up, and having some stabilization as well, of course. But that will come when, when you take the opportunity to move into that, and release the old ways in business connections, in friendships, and truly do the work it takes. That is the release of, you know, feelings, you know, these high emotions that pop up at times, and many sometimes go so much in addiction, not knowing how to deal with it. Dealing with it in this age is all through breathing through ways that can assist you. So because here is the proof. So it represents all levels of consciousness, all levels, you know. That's actually the I am presentation, the new body embodiment of light that has 144 levels of consciousness attached to it. And you, with your higher feeling degree, and putting that minus the emotion, your intuition would shoot in the air, but you need to ground what it is that you want to travel for. You want to travel to all spaces, so you may want to travel through the entire earth plane, and so study, experience, meeting new people. And many times, you know, it happens that we don't work more much or enough with one of those ways that lifts up consciousness. So because the consciousness in every way is very, very important. And for you guys as well, if you want to experience many dimensions, if you want to experience you know, like in anthropology, all cultures, all people, then do so. Take the necessary action to enable yourself to do so, and make up a plan. You know, maybe start with a half-year plan and then expand that to a 1-year plan. Then take the necessary actions, you know, to gather the necessary amount of finances to break through the illusions, cut down old connections that rather break than make you. And there is that emotional content that should really be released. So the lavender dragon here, that is number one, to do so in an easy way, because you have multiple options to set new high standards for yourself, because you want completion, you want to breathe new air and enjoying a new flow with yourself, no matter what age you are or where you are at. And so that is very important. If you already have seen that you get bored with everything that you have, or you're not satisfied, you don't have the fulfillment, then it's time, you know, as we have that card with all dimensions, all universes, then, you know, it's quite obvious you want to travel new experiences. And so you need to make them come true, and eventually have a job that makes that come true, or assign, or, you know, to something where you can perform a business that you can do anywhere on this earth plane, and that would be very, very beneficial. So the card is already falling out of the pack without pulling it to complete this. You are seeking the knowledge. That's really stepping into the gate of knowledge, opening that up to the great central sun. So falling in love with the great central light, so the great sunlight, into the gate of knowledge, which is this new Aquarian age, green light go. Then you will open all these possibilities, 12 possibilities in your surroundings. So get back into the deeper nature. Is it worth to keep on streaming all the emotions when they rather, you know, when they break you down, when, you know, when you lock the space to really come into your higher capabilities and what you yearn for. So let's pull a card from the animal kingdom to complete this. And this is this pack, what we have here. Yee, whoa wee. Look how beautiful this is, the frog. And look at the colors, all watercolors, especially lavender, aquamarine, blue, all water connected. So that defines, if you do so, you eliminate the emotion, go into the higher intuition, your higher feeling node, create that plan, then you move in prosperity like in no time. So it's all about letting go of the past ways of doing it, and you know, opportunities are close at hand. So hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune will await you. because the frog opens up many capability. Or, you know, uh, observe a frog in a lake nearby or something. That's very interesting. See how they hip hop from one consciousness to another, yet stabilizing their hip hop movement, so to speak. So I think it's very beneficial, you know, that it indicates that now is the time to find your opportunities in transition. In other words, you know, you can swim quickly through severe life changes. And, you know, this creature really represents the creative energies of awakening and transformation. So work your way with the white ray, which is your own, and lavender for transformation, and just sit with it, you know, a few times a day, like 5 or 10 minutes, and that will greatly benefit you. And because the frog truly, you know, represents abundance, but it cannot align to you when swimming into the old emotions. And making a plan and assuring everybody in your life is okay with your plan, and if not, eliminate, delete them. So because it enhances your intuition and strengthens your connection with all the worlds in the cosmos and on the ground floor on the earth. So it's really a good idea to flow and follow your instincts, and just you know, trust your gut feeling on all these matters, because it's also symbolic of coming into your own power, daring to communicate what you want, making a plan so everybody is in balance with what your plans are. And this is something you may eventually learn. So not expressing bits and pieces, but first making a plan of how you're going to express your new life, how you're going to inform people, and while releasing the old emotional baggage essentially to the water of your body. So releasing the old mud in the water is very important for your personal integrity. For the frog reminds you that you should make all of your choices based on what is right for you. Are you doing what is right for you? I feel in many cases it is not. And so, you know, eliminate the fear and do some inner work. So if you have a problem with that, there is a free meditation to eliminate your fear, and I have tons of meditations to release, you know, the muddy waters, to release the old weight in your body. And that just takes a little bit of work, but then again you will come into your power. It's the only way to do it. When you come into your power, you have an easier way communicating what your wishes and your desires are. And when you can do that, you feel more balanced, more unafraid, and so you can make a new plan for yourself. Otherwise, all these other entities in your life may stand in the way. So, you know, you may have genuine empathy towards other people, but then again, look at yourself and provide healing for yourself first. And, you know, while releasing these negative emotions in the water that are there for no purpose, actually, because your purpose comes through when you embrace your connection with many cultures, with many people, and, you know, releasing, you know, that very narrow space you may find yourself in. So it may also suggest that you have a lack of commitment to your life. So if you get committed eventually to traveling the earth, traveling many worlds, then you need to have a plan how you're going to do it, what the finances are, how you're going to inform your family members, friends, or anyone in the business. Maybe they agree, and you know, you can have some time off from business, and that would be very, very beneficial. So it's really a good idea to release these feelings before, you know, they cause you any more harm. And so it truly, you know, releasing these emotions, getting a new plan, getting the finances together, and informing people when you have released your emotional baggage, represents your new power and your new beginnings. In other words, you will feel more confident when emerging in new relationships, projects, businesses, and so forth. Because when one thing stands still in the way of achieving your true desires, then that may get in the way of anything else. You get that? And so that is, a simple meditation of 1 hour a day for your water content to release the emotions, the attachments, the fears, and that may empower you to get into your true courage and strength. So I hope this video was of value for you, and let me know in the comments if you feel that way, or if there is some missing link you would like to tap into. I might cover it in the next video. So thank you so much for being with me. Thank you. Beautiful Sagittarius, your fire engine could maybe at times need some boost while eliminating old support system, old ways of doing it, and getting into new networks is what I get. So that means networks in business, networks in relationships, in friendships, whatever it is. But I feel there's some delete button to be done and to be taken care of, and getting those that still get you down in teamwork, in anything, out of your system, out of your life, out of your entire environment by deleting them to the glands and your vagus nerve. If you don't know how to do it, there's a meditation in the description. So let's pull a card for you guys. Wow. That's so to the point. I'm one with the underground, the crystalline network connected to the number 9, which is the eternal spiral. Do you see the fire rising from the ground floor? And you already have that fire engine. So let's see what the true meaning may be. So getting into your, infinite connections with more power means your fire can move actually very, very fast, especially with the capable air energy, because this card is not only connected to fire, but also to the air composition, the air that you breathe, and how you direct your fire with your air, or the power of your word, and bringing that rather into balance. I think it's very interesting because the underground of the planet Earth contains many, many unexplored light skills we can develop, investigate, and generate, because it goes back to the ancient of days, and bringing that back to the recent of days. So all those entities are on the planet and are ancestral tracks. So that is really taking or seeing the airplane and communicating with the soil, the ground floor, communicating with the elements within, because your way is connected to the purple color, the purple universe or dog island, meaning that you have all the elements in your chart that they are waiting for you to allow them to assist you. And we have the capability to electronically align actually to our footprint on the air, so on the earth. So I would definitely do that and invite your alignment until you feel buzzing the ley lines of the earth through your feet, and ask that higher connection that will steer you into your purpose, your passion, and your true assignment. And these are some of the basics. So from there, you actually can create a brand new labyrinth or crystalline network, and thus the fusion of many dots. If we have ley lines connected or around planet Earth, and we connect with that, and we connect with the ley lines in the earth, then you come into a new realization, a new support system that will open maybe visions you never had before. And so it offers really intercommunicative networks, new connections worldwide or with certain people in certain continents, cities, communities, individual connections. So as the earth is clearing out its debris, its pollution, its infection, so we need to do the same thing. And I feel you have there a lot of things, maybe attachment, addictions, and, synthetic lifestyles to leave behind in your nutrition or your levels of moving through things and restoring yourself with the elements. So that can be done. And so also connect like the trees to new communities, new ways of feeding yourself. You need some, you need to be connected intercultural or worldwide even. And with your feet, it's like a tree that connects or links many other places on the planet, and you have great capacity to do that because you have that special fire vibe connected to the element earth and all its elements. So if ever you feel stuck or you're asking yourself, am I doing the right thing? I may have been doing it for ages. So this is really the time to think about your roots. What does it mean to step into your roots? And you may start to remember, eventually meditate with a tree and ask the tree to assist your connection with more interesting people. Eventually the oak tree, the lime tree, the olive tree, the bamboo tree. Have a look at what triggers you most. Is it bamboo? Is it oak? Is it lime? The lime tree or anything? Let me know in the comments if you have one tree you really trigger through and that can assist you so much in opening your true purpose. Because trees, we are the new tree of life and embodiment, the new Kabbalah, and so the trees assist you with their own inner wisdom to guide us in a certain way with a new element. So eventually, like a lemon tree may guide you to get more vitamin C. That is how it works. Very simple, actually. So if you love trees and you're in the tree of life, or you are requested to connect to the new tree of life and incorporate that. And if you want, I have 2 videos out there about the new Kabbalah, the new tree of life, how it works, and what you can do to incorporate that in your body, because this age is all about the resurrection of what you guys truly are, the elements. We are, getting the pollutions out of the elements of the sea, the water, the trees, the herbs, the food industry. And so we need to put our assignment and body in a plane of existence that supports, and the highest level of support, to know what your purpose is actually is the support of the elements. So that is crystal clear in this card. So it may represent your evolution, because that is what you guys truly want. It feeds, it nurtures, sustains, develops, and provides the right nutrients to support your progression. So you may want to question your growth and process regarding your own nutrition. You may need more minerals and vitamins to build your fire and passion for life, or a complete new diet that is healthier for your expansion. So another approach could be derived from your interconnective capabilities and communicative skills, new business partners, and eventually new skills, opening up new businesses, or a side business is if you're working on the job and you want something that open up your passion, your fire that grows. I would always go to the elements, and like a flower could talk to you, a herb could talk to you. And that is what is the essence actually of your reading, because your sign is connected to the elements. And that is that we need to bring through a new era on this earth plane, like the Aquarian age already started out and is giving us massive opportunities to create new jobs. We can create new jobs, do an online business or anything, because you have that fire engine that explodes at time in great knowledge and maybe not aware of it. So let's pull an assistant card. I'm ready for transition. The bat, that is crystal clear, beautiful card, isn't it? The bat is, so all these cards are from my art. It represents the card number 47, making up 11, making up 2. You see, grounding your fire energy, because 2 is a grounding number, and so that is very, very important to move forward, because we are on the earth, so anything not grounded makes us go into the airy-fairy mental debris of self-abuse and everything that of betrayal and deceit that is going on in the outer world. With our fire, we can delete that and live in a crystalline world. So that is connected truly to the ethers. All elements are connected to the ethers. So, and that is really very, very potent when having that knowledge and getting your purpose through the ethers, ascending, going to the lavender transformation eventually. And then, because bats are a great symbolism of communication, they are highly, highly sociable. So are you, and have strong family bonds. So the artwork here represents the lavender silver fields of pure success, through which it can nurture its fire, for the energy of fire or strength is needed to allow major changes or movement through the lost levels of your darkness. So the dark, the old cycles, the old ways of doing, and not knowing where to put your fire, so you put it all around you without grounding it at times. That may assist you in getting that old, recycling same old thoughts out of you, in order to get clarity and or clarify certain issues in your life. So so bats in general, they are very, very touchy, feely, and have a deep sense of nurture, loving and soft guidance, yet they are so disciplined. So it would be very great, to take that one in meditation, because they feel very warm, sweet, and encouraging, as they also have the ability to tune into higher vibrational frequencies termed echolocation. Echolocation is like what the dolphins and the whales do when communicating long distances, and that can assist to discover your hidden features, things you really would like to achieve, and when dealing with your internalized issues. So it means that you can trust your psychic gifts and have confidence in self, or maybe it should indicate you need more confidence. Then I would suggest to truly work with the attribute of a bat, invite it into meditation, and ask for that inner guidance. So because communication with the bat community will also assist you to keep your senses alert at all times, strengthen your natural capacity to feel and see with the higher senses. So you may allow self to find time to clear out and refine your taste, your smell, your sight, your hearing, and that were close to a situation that made you feel at time like sensed out. So opening up eyes and ears to those higher levels in which you get a lot more fulfillment to get your fire through, and where your fire, your inside and your higher nature is being respected actually. And that is so very much important, and claim it, I would say. So here a card for some spiritual wisdom that defines the two other cards. Let's see what comes. And that is, you are the angel of miracles. Open your heart and expect the miracles. So, but yet we need to do the work, right? Without doing the work, without taking action of releasing old emotional patterns, stuck patterns, attachments, old friendships, connections, then that path of miracles cannot open. So, and you can do that, open actually, new life on the planet, new business, side business. So think about how it guides you and have that within you. Another card I will pull from the animal cards I have here for you to complete. This message is, let's pull one. Oh, the lizard regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt, embrace your transformation. The old cycle's out, right? And put your new cloak on. You are a master of regeneration. So that is what I came to say. You can generate new businesses. You can generate new ways of living together in a family or of living together in a community, because the lizard has so many capable options. So the lizard truly has the power to regenerate anything they feel they have lost. You know, they're prone to repeating some cycles simply because your energy loves to recreate emotional attachments in some way. So you're actually great at facing your fears and moving out of them. It's simply reminding you you have become so caught up in the day-to-day drudgery of your life, you may have forgotten your dreams. So you must take time out, start imagining a new reality for yourself. So it's also the only way to break out of the place you currently find yourself. So in other words, all new things are born in your dreams, actually. So dream wild, I would say. So no, because you know the lizard is also nudging you to explore more, as you have a connection with everything, every element on the earth, actually. And so you may feel, for some reason, you may feel inadequate, or that you know, you're not in that deserving mode. So that would be about the elimination of anything termed unworthiness. So don't be in a hurry to get somewhere. Slow down, look for the clues that are right in front of you. Is where the magic of the lizard truly goes. So I think that is so beautiful, looking what is in front of us and transform from that platform on, because that will move you into your purpose and the knowledge of remembering what you came in to do here. So let me know in the comments if you know, if you love that, if you can connect to a lizard, if it makes sense to you, or anything other you may find worthy to let me know, because it's always interesting to know how we struggle with stuff, and so I may make a new video about that. So thank you for subscribing if this video was full of value to you, and you know, investigating the other videos, and love to see you next time. Thank you.